Hey, I guess we tried it. It kind of worked.
I think it worked.
I think it worked. And we're live. Woo-hoo. With a new microphone, guys.
Looking all fancy.
All right, who's got the video playing in the background?
That was me. Sorry. I'm just booting up the Matrix over here. I think I'm tanked or something. I've got multiple things going on here.
No, don't. Ah!
Whoa, man.
And we're dropping. Yeah. We're dropping buttons and things and stuff. This is great. Already too much wine, guys. Already. How did that happen? Okay, but anyways, it's Saturday night, guys. I don't know what happened. Things are getting hit. I don't know. We're playing musical chairs, I guess.
Somebody's still echoing.
Yeah, I hear that.
Not me. I got my phone muted.
I've got everything muted.
It could be. I have everything muted too. It could be the new mic, maybe. It's all Chris Sexton's fault. He told me to get a new mic. We'll blame him. But anyways,
it's not that bad. Anyways.
Yeah, it's not bad. So thanks, guys, for tuning in. We got a new episode of Saturday Night Rounds. No special order. We have Marshal Morphs, Zak of Nava Reptiles, also known as Zaki Poo. Keep it going, guys. Shane with Smalltown Xotics, and in his first video appearance, we have Phillip of PDs Reptiles.
Phillip, yeah.
Woo!
I don't know.
We're popping cherries over here. So this is why I've seen in the chat there was some questioning on why I had some repeat guests. The reason is we all wanted to support Phillip on his first episode on YouTube ever.
I appreciate it.
And we're big Phillip supporters, so that is why you see repeat.
Look at that shirt. Ooh, that is shiny.
I love it.
I like it.
I know. I want one.
Well, I told you. We'll get you one out there.
I know. I can't wait.
I like the
I'm
placement
excited.
of that too on the back. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I do. Does it glow in the dark?
No. All right. So the whole backstory behind this. So I wanted to make Billy Austin and the Lion a one-off shirt that only they would have. So their shirts cost more to make because it's actually reflective versus just silver like the one Shane has. So I had to substitute because I wanted them to still continue to have the one-off, but I got so many requests for it, so I had to go with it.
That
so
was
pretty.
like the reflective material on high-vis vests and things like
correct.
that. Okay.
Which I'm really big on because, I'm in the tow industry, so.
Yeah.
Look, it's Mrs. PDs Reptiles. It's hard to keep the kids quiet. They're excited. Aww. So let's go around, introduce yourselves.
Which way are we starting?
Yep.
We're going to start with Shane because he's right beside me.
Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Shane, Smalltown Xotics. I love PDs Reptiles. That's why I'm wearing the shirt. And, yeah, glad to be here. Thanks for inviting me. Good night.
All right, so I'm Phillip. I'm with PDs Reptiles. So I've been asked over and over and over to come on to quite a few people's podcasts. And, well, here we are.
Glad to have you, brother.
All right, let's go down to
This is just the Brady Sponge.
Marshal.
Like,
All right.
Hey, you're a professional already. You know how to point on StreamYard.
I know.
he's doing better than I am.
Yeah. Got it right the first time. Damn. I'm Marshall with Marshal Morphs. Repeat offender, I guess. Just really excited to be here. No better place to hang out right now.
Yeah, there is.
Well, what's up, guys? So I am Zak of Nava Reptiles. Again, if you've watched this stream, I know I'm a repeat guest, so you may not want to hear from me again, but you're just going to have to deal with it. I was really excited when Kathleen asked Phillip to come on and do this, and I was even more excited when I was asked to kind of join in and just show him a little bit of support on his first ever kind of live appearance. So glad to be here, and I'm sure it's going to be a good time based on everybody that's in here with us. So tune in. Thanks again for tuning in, and it's going to be a good time.
It's going to be boring. We're all going to fall asleep. Like, I'm in my pajamas already.
Yeah, you're prepped.
I'm prepped to go to bed after this.
Were you out catching Pokemon before you got on the show?
It's not a Pokemon. It's a tiger.
Ah, same thing.
Oh, don't let Carol Baskin find you.
You mean don't let Carol Baskin find Shane, because I would eat him.
I just want to know why Tom has not been heard from or seen on camera. Like, I'm starting to wonder if he actually exists still. Tom, we're gonna send somebody over to do a wellness check on you, bud. She was talking to him off camera like he was actually in the room, but I'm pretty sure that's just her setting up her alibi.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't
you mean
actually
John?
hear an audible response from him.
Oh, you mean John?
John, I'm sorry. I kept saying Tom. I was thinking of Mendy's.
That called you Tom.
I'm so sorry, John. My bad, brother.
Oh, hey, don't stir the pot or anything, Kathleen.
Right. There he is. Okay, he's alive. All right, we're good.
Yeah.
I'll call off the dogs. Call off the
I
search
was going to
party.
say the last time I showed him on camera was with John Feely, Dylan, and I'm blanking who else was on the Max. And John was passed out sleeping like. And I was just like, look what I got to deal with, guys.
I think I remember seeing a screenshot of that somewhere.
Oh, God. So, let's talk about stuff. So, what kind of stuff? I mean, how many seasons is everybody on to right now? I'm going into my first season.
I'm going into number 2, but I never really stopped from my first clutch. It's just one continuous thing.
We're going into
So this
season
will be your
one.
the
second
year
year.
The year
second
thing.
year of actual production. Yeah.
Oh, June's in the house. June with ballistic pythons.
What's up, June?
Oh,
He's coming to go grocery shopping at, Marshall's apparently.
Yeah.
Some of that good lace.
Hell yeah.
Phillip, what season are you into?
so I am going into season number 1.
So this will be your first production year, Phillip?
It will.
Okay. Awesome. So I just finished my my first year of production, which consisted of having one clutch that I didn't expect to actually get, which was super exciting. I think most of you guys were there when I found those eggs, which was great. But yeah, I'm hoping I've got this female Marshal, that one that I've shown you and Shane and a few other people, that just keeps eating and keeps building follicles and keeps getting fatter and fatter and still has not shed or given me any real signs that she's actually going to give me those eggs. But I palpated her and she seems like she just continues to get close. So we'll see. But yeah, that will be my this will make it my second year of production. So
Yeah. And I'm going into my 6th season, 5th solo. I did one year where I incubated eggs for I guess my mentor. So,
Which, if you missed that story, go back and check one of the episodes he was on. He was on like 5 at this point. I don't know. I can't count anymore. But if you go actually check out his episode, he did a solo episode on. He goes right into the backstory. Marshall does on the whole history.
super.
Because they were not allowed to keep snakes in his town.
yeah. It's
Shane's
weird how
trapped in a box.
Mr. Mime.
Yes. I didn't know if he was voguing or like having a Madonna moment.
The Bengals walk like an Egyptian, man.
Watch where you poke that thing. Like, you're going to take my eye out. Ow! Oh, other way. Oh, dear God. So one thing I wanted to bring up, because I see everybody's kind of started in a different direction in this panel. Shane, you started right at the door with boom, I'm going to have like the Freedom Breeder racks. I'm going to have like the pro incubators. Marshall, you're sitting in front of a pretty rack. Zach, I know you've got some good looking enclosures. Hi, I have Sterilite tubs and DIY racks.
Yeah.
Phillip, I don't know, do you guys DIY or did you buy racks?
So I have TGR and Brace Exotics currently. I'm waiting for Freedom Breeders to come in.
So I'm the slacker. Got it. So I was going to say, so what's better to do? Invest in the animal straight up and do it yourself? Or get a few animals, put the money into the equipment? Like, which way would you suggest? Let's talk about it.
So I want to jump into this one real quick, if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it really depends. So I have a lot of animals that I bought around the same time. So they're all growing around the same rate. So I'm going to have to put them into a lot of enclosures. So I just said, screw it, let's go ahead and make the purchase and have enough space for me to get all of them in at once. Then I can go back and start with the hatchlings again.
Anybody else's thoughts?
Yeah, so I was kind of a balancing act. I had some melamine racks that are like DIY, but by a guy that does them, you know,
Yeah.
like a guy that does them really good. And I got to a point where I had like so much money invested in my animals, and my racks were warping, and it was taking me a lot more time to do the maintenance I needed to do. So then, you know, the scales tipped, and I was like, you know, my next investment, I need to invest in a professional rack, because I already knew at that point I was going to be going higher, you know, further into this hobby. And anything that's going to make my job easier and more efficient and save me time, I am all about. So, I mean, like a Freedom Breeder, it's a one-time investment, man. This thing will outlive me. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I guess my take on it is it really honestly depends from one person to the next. There are some people that can come in and they have the personal money to where they can, if you have the personal money to go out and buy professional racking, I would say go and do that. I mean, that's going to give your animals the best enclosures. You're going to get the best husbandry from the professional racking, but that's not everybody's situation. Myself, I started with just this gargantuan, heavy melamine rack. And, you know, like Shane mentioned, you'd sagging shelves. Some of the tubs you had to like jam them in and yank them out just to get them in and out. So, I mean, there was a constant struggle with those. But I decided from that point that, you know, if I'm going to continue breeding snakes and I want to be serious about it, then I was putting away a little bit of money here and there to get professional racking. I think one thing I do kind of stress is that if I tell people to stay away from the melamine, because there's, in my opinion, if you're going to DIY a rack, you can DIY those heavy duty plastic shelving units, and that's solid plastic, and it doesn't bow as bad as the melamine. That's the only reason, because I struggled with so many tubs in and out of those shelves. They'd get stuck. It was just terrible.
It's funny you mentioned that, because we're using right now to revamp everything, because we have everybody in ambient temperature and we're changing everything up, and we're actually doing that. We're taking the 5 resin shelves and we're turning them into 9 slot racks. Yeah. Because you can take 2 of them, put them together.
Yeah.
Because importing is not cheap.
No.
Freedom Breeder needs to go international.
But the Freedom Breeder.
that's where you get into that balance, man. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, if you had 40 $100 snakes, you probably don't want to invest in a freedom breeder. But when you start getting like a certain, whatever it is to you personally, you consider a great amount of money invested in your collection, you know, you need to stop skipping on the one side and invest in your infrastructure. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree 100%, Shane. It is like a tightrope, you know, because you want to have the best looking, or you want to have the best functioning equipment, but like Shane says, you don't want to have a rack full of other things.
No. And what do you think, Zach?
So my experience has been pretty well echoes what everybody else has said. You know, obviously it depends on what you have decided, like how far into it you think you're going to get. Like if you haven't decided that, like, yes, I want to breed and I want to grow this as, you know, not just like, you know, a small collection. Like especially if you plan on breeding, your numbers are going to grow pretty quick, right? As far as like getting holdbacks and stuff like that. So I started out with vivarium electronics racks, and I liked those because at first I had, you know, like 6 or 7 animals that same thing as Phillip, like I brought them all in pretty much as babies. And those racks, the way that they're designed to have, they're designed to upgrade with the snake as it grows. So there's 3 different size tubs that can keep from baby size up to like, you know, a pretty good size adult male could probably stay in those forever. And then you'll need, you know, for your big females, you'll need a bigger rack. Which I like because now what I can do is when I'm ready, my next step is probably either ARS or freedom breeder. And that'll be for, you know, my adult males and like my breeder size females. And those vivarium electronics racks will still serve me some good because that can now become a hatchling rack for me. I've got 2 of those stacked on top of each other, and I'm basically going to be out of room soon. So I might buy 2 more of those to hold me over between now and then. But yeah, I'm basically at that point where my next step is those vivarium electronics racks. So yeah, it just depends. But that progression has worked well for me. But yeah, I think it's just a matter of you got to be forward thinking, plan your infrastructure, and try your damnedest not to spend the money more than once. You know, I think the effort that you're going to put into melamine racks and stuff is probably not really worth it, because even if you were to try to sell those on after the fact, like they're going to be falling apart. You know, the wood swells as it gets wet and humidity and stuff like that. So, you know, at least with the vivarium electronic stuff I bought, like it's PVC racks, I can always turn around and sell them in 5 years and they're still going to work fine. So that's another thing to kind of keep in mind.
The flip side of that, Zach, though, is I found the VE racks. Those are my quarantines because of the versatility with tub sizes.
Yep.
I really like having that as a, you know, a backup. I can get an adult and I've got a quarantine space for it. I can get a hatchling and I've got a quarantine space. I think they work great for that. They're awesome.
Yeah, and that's what you can do once you get the big fancy stuff. Use your homemade DIY stuff for quarantine.
Or the cheaper stuff. Because again, I think those vivarium electronics racks, I've got the VE6 economies because I don't need the closed-in sides because I don't have issues with temperature or humidity being held in. They're like $300 or something like that with shipping. I mean, they're super cheap, and that's for a 6 high rack. That'll, again, you know, if you've got babies, it'll hold 18 babies in one 6 high because it'll hold 3 of those baby tubs on each. So I mean, that's, you know, if I convert those even just to baby racks, that'll hold 36 babies in there. So
you're not paying that in Canada. You're paying more.
Oh yeah, probably double or more. Yeah.
Well, that's why you go to Tyler, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, they've got super nice stuff too. It's just out of my price. It's out of my price range right now.
You know, I have PVC racks too. I have sea serpents for my hatchlings, and similar to what Zach's saying, because they're universal, you can put different size tubs in there. You know, and even if I got freedom breeder hatchling racks down the line, I would still keep those for like what Marshall was saying, man, quarantine racks and, you know, everything else. I mean, they're universal, so
you can never have enough rack space. I'm quickly realizing that.
Yep.
June actually made a really good point, which is one of the things we did. Don't skip on the important stuff, such as thermostats and heat. Nothing wrong with budgeting with melamine. Lasts for years. Spend the dollars on the snakes. Let that investment buy your FB racks. I agree. That's one thing we didn't cheap out on when we were using heat mat, was we made sure we had a herp stacked.
Yeah.
And those freedom breeder thermostats are really nice too. They use a similar style probe.
Yeah, we don't see them too much here in Canada yet.
Yeah.
I mean, like I was saying before, you know, I'm going into my 6th season breeding, and I just got these 2 years ago. So all the money that I was getting, I was putting aside. You know, I'd put some towards snakes and some towards equipment and saving that up. And so that's that.
So So snake money bought those racks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Moose, I agree.
I can say similar to what Marshall, I did the first one out of my initial investment money, but the second one snakes paid for. So at this point, it's just like snakes are paying for themselves.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping.
That's a great feeling too, isn't it, Shane? It's like,
man, it's so like, hey, I'm gonna go buy this rack or this, you know, powerhouse Mel, but it ain't coming out of my pocket. It's coming out of Smalltown's pocket. It's a total different entity, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's kind of. I know for me, like I told my wife, I said, "See, I told this just validates everything I'm doing. I know what I'm doing, damn it."
It does though, because it's validated stuff with my wife too. You know what I mean? Like now she was on board since the beginning, but now she's even more on board because she sees it already supporting itself. You know?
Yep.
Did you find it hard, Phillip, to get Savannah into it?
So, no.
I think I saw him look up across the room, like, is she listening?
She's watching. She's watching in the other room with the kids.
Yeah.
So, no. I wanted a lizard, so that's how we got into all of this.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted a lizard. So we went to a reptile show here locally, and I ended up holding a retic. So after I held the retic, I started kind of pondering the idea, and I was into snakes a long time ago, but ended up with a fear after I got bit by a copperhead. So I ended up picking up a lizard, and then talking about snakes, I found a piebald, and it just unraveled from there.
Wait. Let's back up here. You got bit by a copperhead? What the hell happened there?
Yeah, I need to know this story.
He's just
like
over
so
it.
calm. He's like, I got bit by a copperhead, and I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, I mean, I was out playing and just picked up a log, and there it was.
Hey, so all right,
I wasn't happy to see you, I guess.
Yeah, we need like, were you playing like, you know, hopscotch or something? You just pick up a log and there's this copperhead?
Yep, pretty much.
Hey, so I gotta know something though, because I have a fascination with certain things. So physically and everything, like, what did it do to you? Like, did you have to go to the hospital? You know, all that. Like, how bad was it?
Not bad. So I only had minor swelling, kind of similar to how you did with your bite. And I just took Tylenol, and that was it.
Holy. So that wasn't, I mean, obviously were they able to give you like a rating? Obviously that wasn't a full envenomation then.
No.
Were they able to say, oh, you know, there's maybe just some residual on the fang or something that when it bit you, or
I mean, it was more just like, so I kind of want to say it was just, you know, just some droplets that was still on the fangs.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was more painful than anything.
That's crazy.
Well, to elaborate, I will say this. So we had Patrick Holmes on Friday last night, and he did mention that, you know, similar thing. Like, most of the time, copperhead's not going to kill you. 9 times out of 10, like, you're probably not even going to be hospitalized. But he did have a friend that lost the tip of his finger to a copperhead bite. You know, similar to like Tyler Nolan from his cobra bite. So I mean, they're not all that way. It's just I just want to kind of clarify that for anybody that listens to this afterwards or is listening right now. Like, there are varying degrees of copperhead bites, but
Right.
I think for the most part you're probably going to be all right. Don't panic, but you should probably still seek medical attention, generally speaking.
Just like I got bit by a copperhead, like you were talking about being bit by a mosquito. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I've had a pretty gnarly dog bite.
Yeah.
So, like, I take that way more serious, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I got copperhead.
Yeah, there's another one, creative. It said it's no big deal. I'm like, oh shit, okay.
So I know this is a different snake, but I grew up around rattlesnakes. They're really common right here in Southern California. And there's plenty of times people get bit and they call it a dry bite. There's like no envenomation involved. Of course, it has puncture wounds and all that, but I mean, they just slightly got envenomated. It wasn't the full bang, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think the scariest snake I have to deal with in the wild here is garter snakes and Rhodiocypodon.
Wild Labradors and Newfies.
Yeah. I am not a newfie. They're over there
I was
30
thinking
minutes ahead of us.
I was thinking the big fluffy dogs, you know? Like, they're like the size of bears. They just run wild in your
We
neighborhood.
actually do have snakes in the wild here. However, they're a little water snake and a little garter snake, and they're cute and adorable. And when they do bite you, you're like, really? Like, just shake it off.
What do they do in the winter? They burrow down and brumate or something? They
Yep.
have to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like,
Absolutely what they do.
With the garters, they go into dens in colonies, just freaking like big balls of garters and things like that.
In the springtime, you'll be like, digging a garden or snow will be melting, and you'll come upon like a big pile of garter snakes.
That's pretty cool.
It's like a cute little ball of angry noodles. Like, it's adorable.
Man.
It is so. I need to. If I find one this year, I'll take some videos of it because it's so cute.
Make a YouTube short out of it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes. Listen, I'm struggling making Scarlett's video, and I've been working on that for 2 days.
It gets easier.
And it's 1.5 minutes long.
Yeah, it gets easier every time.
No.
I used to. It would take me like previously sometimes like 2 weeks to edit a 15-minute video or whatever. And Shane, you can attest to the same thing. Like, and Marshall, just the more that you do that stuff, the quicker that you'll. Because half the time I would spend Googling like how to do like some stupid step in the process that I'd forgotten how to do since the last time I edited. But now it's it's just it's in memory, so it gets easier.
Yeah.
The Royal Clutch, not all the snakes in Canada are nice. If you go to like Alberta, they have rattlesnakes out there.
Really?
John's like, yep, he grew up in Alberta. Well, if you're gonna like do your peanut gallery, do you just want to hop on here?
What kind of rattlesnakes are? What are they called there? What species or subspecies of rattlesnakes?
What
Western
species
diamond.
of rattlesnakes?
The Western Diamondback here in North Dakota.
Wow.
That's what he said.
But that's like,
I always thought westerns were just out here, and I live in the West.
But Alberta is west.
It's north. Whatever.
very north. Very north. Yep.
It's west from me.
All right.
It's
Well,
Western
when you get far
Canada.
enough north, east and west doesn't really matter. It's everything's just cold.
So Alberta is like our Texas.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I was gonna say I feel like I've always heard Alberta equated to like the wilds. Like it's
Alberta's like the stereotype of Texas.
yeah.
For
But-
us here in North Dakota, they pretty much you can find them only in the Badlands, so like in the southwest part of the state, and you'll have a few, very few, but there are some westerns, and then the rest would be just little prairie rattlesnakes. So.
You got hognose right there too, Marshall.
Yep. I personally have never seen one. A friend of mine in Bismarck, he's come across one or two, so they're very, very hard to find around here, but you can find them.
Yeah.
There was Ontario. They released the eastern hognoses back into the wild because they were becoming depleted.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Because there's Western hognoses, which is primarily what we see. And then there's
Moose.
Eastern.
Asphalt rattlesnakes.
Moose, do you want to come on here?
Hey, Moose.
If you're
Bring
gonna
'em on.
peanut gallery, I will sit there and send you the link, and you can come get your smart ass up on here.
Yeah, get Moose in here. Moose is great, man.
Come on,
Oh yeah.
bring it.
Don't you laugh.
Yeah.
I'll get you on here too.
Yeah, John, get over here.
Shane said to get your butt over here. He goes, nah.
Yeah.
Sean, oh my god. I just combined both their names. John is antisocial. I've only had that much. Like,
I was gonna say
ooh.
you haven't even finished that glass of wine yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
but it's the Scotto. We got the flush going. Oh, I forgot. So, what kind of, I mean, since we're on the topic, have you gone herping? Anybody gone herping in the wild? You know, pulled a Dave Kaufman, ran out and went and caught stuff?
I grew up doing that stuff, but I don't do it on camera or nothing. Not around here. It's either super cold, well, not super cold like Marshall and Kathleen cold, but it's like cold out there in the desert, or it's like 120 degrees. I don't want to go out there when it's that hot. I mean, you crazy? I like air conditioning.
So
Yeah, I mean,
for,
I
for
don't.
me,
Go ahead, Marshall. Sorry.
oh, sorry.
No, you're good, man.
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry.
Are you guys Canadian?
No, for me, my regular daytime job is I manage a bait and tackle store, so I end up doing I go fishing quite a bit, and in fact, literally a stone's throw from my backyard is a river that runs through town or whatever. So anytime I just walk down to go fishing, I usually, as I'm walking down to the river, it's turning over a stone here, rolling over this log, or just on my way to go fishing. And then I end up sitting on the banks and the kids are playing around and I'm just looking around the whole time. But for us here, I mean, it's pretty much common snappers are right down by the riverbanks, garter snakes and salamanders. So it's
Hey, John, they're talking about fishing. You want to come on now?
it's not seen. I mean, so I guess technically that's going out herping, but I don't really get to see anything new and exciting when I go. It's pretty much, I can pretty much guarantee you what we're gonna see if someone were to come with me. So
John wants to know if you go like sinker fishing or fly fishing.
sinker fishing,
Sorry, John,
trolling.
He's a sinker fish.
Yeah, I'm not talented enough or patient enough for fly fishing. So
We do both.
uh-huh.
What was that supposed to be, Shane?
That was me fly fishing.
Yeah.
That was you digging your own grave.
When I go fishing, I'm just the captain of the boat because I have a black cloud and all fish stay away from my line. So I just
Oh, cute! You use a bow.
yeah,
Yeah.
America.
We
I was gonna say we're Americans. We gotta have something with an engine on it.
like we sit there with like chest waders and go out like up to here in the water and are like, whoop.
I do
drilling holes through the ice.
I was going to say, I got 3 styles of fishing. It's from the shore, on the boat, or on the ice. I'm probably going to be out on the ice tomorrow, so
Yeah, I've never been ice fishing. I've heard it's a blast.
it's, as long as you get the right information and you get onto a good spot and you can find them, because you can tire yourself out really quick just punching holes trying to follow fish and trying to find them. So you got to get some good info or have some good experience with the area or something like that. Because if you don't find any fish when you're ice fishing, you can pretty much just rule that evening a night to sit out on the ice and get drunk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I was
especially when
gonna
you got
say.
those
I've
nice
heard.
little like shacks built up
Yeah.
around the hole.
I don't have a permanent. I got a portable, so it's one of these pop-up insulated Eskimo style. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got buddies that are from Michigan, and that's what they use is one of those like portable ones. But yeah, that's
Yep.
what I've heard is like even if you're not on the fish, it's basically just a bunch of guys sitting in a tiny little box on the ice, getting drunk and trying to stay warm.
Us northern people, we get a little crazy with it. Okay, so for one, the permanents, they're called ice castles, and it's basically like a camper that drops down onto the ice. You have all the amenities at home. You got fridge, stove, everything, sleeping areas and things like that. Then they also have these contraptions called ice bears. They're tracked vehicles that raise and lower onto the ice, and they somewhat float. So if you were to break through, it might not sink. I don't know, but I don't
This
want to.
sounds nicer than my apartment.
Yeah, no, they're crazy.
So when are they going to release an episode of Pimp My Ice Castle?
You could go to any like dealership.
Shane's got
here.
that in the works. It's going to be the next season of Pimp My Racks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll do the LEDs, man. No problem.
Hell yeah.
Oh my
That'd
god.
be perfect. No. That's
So
You're the only person I know who pimped out their racks. Like,
Hey, everything's got to be functional and like, fashion for the studio, it's a snake breeding studio, or else I think it is in my head. I mean, I'm probably crazy.
next you'll get like a hydraulic system so they're bouncing up and down and like fuzzy dice. If your parent, if a bin's being paired, you're gonna stick fuzzy dice in front of it or something.
That's a good idea.
I can see that.
Oh my god! Please don't.
I could get little mini ones. I put a red clip on there.
That's what I was just gonna say. Yeah. We're on the same page, Shane. Always. That's immediately where my head went. I was like, I know you could probably get mini ones, like some. It's probably. I bet they make them like for girls to put in their hair or something. It's got to be a thing.
Yeah. Little sign: don't bother knocking if the tub is a rocking.
But wait, when we want to like look in the tub if it's a rockin' with ball pythons, because the males fight.
Well, I mean,
you got a good point.
See.
Yeah.
So I got a cool package today.
What'd you get?
Do share.
Da, da, da. I wish I had Jeopardy music or something.
Hey!
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I don't even have one of those. My 6-year-old does, but I don't.
Well,
Yeah, I showed up.
good job, Phillip. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm so excited. We've got samples coming in. We ordered 3 shirt samples to see how they come out. And if they come out okay, then I will have my store up and going.
Shane,
Which
what do you use for
means-
those? Maybe you've already told me once before.
Yeah.
What, the Printful?
No, that's what I was asking. Who Shane was using for his?
Send him the link.
I use Sport Frontier. It's the same one that Beach Bum Exotics uses.
Mm-hmm.
Great, man, because like if something comes in messed up, you just contact them and they fix it. They reship it. I had a lot of bad luck with Teespring, man. It took them like 4 different attempts to get 4 shirts that I ordered right, and I was just like, you know what, man, I'm not going to set up a store there because they're going to do that to whoever orders it.
And that's what I'm worried about. I want to make sure that when people are ordering stuff from me that, because I got my nice logo and all that, but I don't have it on anything, and I want to make sure that, whatever gets done is quality, and I don't have time to deal with, getting them printed and shipping them myself, so.
Yeah,
Cool.
Store
That's
Frontier is who I use. I really
I'll
like
check it out.
them. In fact, I got a funny story. So for Christmas from my job, they gave me a $300 like Visa gift card.
Mm-hmm.
I spent the whole $300 on my store ordering one of everything that I don't have just to try it out like a sample. I was like, I need a hoodie, I need a tank top, I need one. I spent the whole $300 on there.
Nice.
There needs to be more tank top merch because I don't know about you guys, but when I'm working downstairs in the snake room, because we do ambient temps, it's like 85, 86 degrees in there.
Yeah.
I don't want to wear any shirts, let alone a regular one.
Yeah.
So at least the tank top.
So Shane, when you order the shirts yourself on Frontier, do you have a choice where you could send someone a link, to go purchase a shirt, and then if you buy it, you can buy it at the cost price then?
Yeah, but it's so like when I was having my shirts printed and shipped all to my house, and then I was redistributing them. That's cheaper doing it that way, but it was way too much legwork for me and my wife. So like for example, I think for the 2-sided shirts that I print, it's like my price is like $16.75.
Yeah.
And then and then I set it at 20. You could set it up higher and stuff, but I just set like everyone's shirts are 20. So I'm not trying to overprice or underprice. I don't want to underprice anything.
Yeah.
But like my hoodies, I priced them as low as I could. So like they want you to sell them at 40, and I was like, drop it down to the bottom, and that ends up being like 29. I was like, I don't care. If somebody wants to buy a hoodie with my logo on it, I don't need $1 off that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
What's up, Antoine? Hey, I just want to give a quick shout out to Antoine. He suffered a bit of a loss. He lost an animal overnight. His dog passed away unexpectedly, and I just want to say, like, I got a lot of respect for that dude for the fact that he was struggling with that, and he still powered through and went through with doing a live tonight, and yeah, I know that's really tough, and he's a good friend of mine, so just want to kind of send him some love.
Sorry to hear that, Antoine. Damn, dude.
I seen that this morning, and I was so sad for him because he was talking about his animals last night on his live with Chris.
Yeah.
Which, on another subject, was a really good live last night.
Yes, it was. I haven't watched the whole rest of it, but I'm going to go back and finish it up.
I was flipping back and forth. There's too many lives last night. It's so hard.
I know. It's so tough to keep up with everybody's stuff and then trying to go back. Like, that takes up my whole week. By the time I get caught up on everything, it's time for everybody else to do their next one, so...
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Like, I'm still haven't watched Shane's interview with Chris Eaton because I'm that behind.
Oh, it's so good.
Man, hey, that was a really good one. Just like actually in the moment, like the chat and everything was popping. There was too many questions. I couldn't even answer all the questions.
Yeah.
It
was great, man.
Some a-hole like post something, and I just pull it up and read it, and he's trying to like sell an animal, and I'm like,
I saw that. I remember that.
Yeah, I didn't screen the question. I'm just like reading them, and he's like, I got a Candino blah blah for sale. I'm like, what? Screw that,
Yeah, Shane was reading it like waiting on the question part, like thinking that the guy needed some help with the animal or something, and he goes, "Wait, are you trying to sell an animal on my live stream?" Like,
I'm totally gonna do that when I have.
Oh my god!
Oh, man.
Hey, now I'm smart. I'm reading before I'm choosing.
Yeah.
Screw that.
Yeah.
I don't trust you anymore.
Well, let's
coming
back
to
in.
a Shane's live to you. Kathleen sells her animals.
Yeah. Let's circle back around. Phillip, do you want to kind of talk to us about what your goals are with ball pythons? I know you've kind of got some specific genetics that are kind of your goal to make over the next year. So let's kind of dive into that if you guys are cool with it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, sure. You take control of the show. I'm just gonna go to sleep.
Well, this was initially Phillip's episode, so.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm really big into coral glow, banana, and pied.
Okay.
John, they're talking about banana now. Bye.
So Cusco's actually the one that got me pulled into this. When him and I were talking about racks, and I'm going to throw him under the bus on this. Said, hey, I've got a super coral glow het pied male. Would you be interested? Thought about it, and ended up pulling the trigger on that, and then here comes a downward spiral once I found a female coral glow 100% het pied that I'm currently growing up right now. So I got a pretty good obsession with coral glow.
So you're shooting for what, super coral glow pieds?
Correct.
Awesome.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Super
And
coral
I think,
glow
like
pies.
we've talked about it briefly, I think, Phillip, that you're kind of, which I love that there's so many people going this direction with incomplete dominant stuff. You're going to kind of work the coral glow almost like a recessive in the sense that you're going to shoot for a lot of those, lot of supers.
Correct.
Yeah, I think that's awesome, man.
I mean, we can always use more female coral glows out there, so I mean, I'll repopulate everything.
Yeah, especially if you can get them with supers, that'd be great.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Plus,
Like,
I mean, whenever you
That's a hell of a
take
combo.
your female coral glow and you put it to a super coral glow, you're gonna have female making females. So I
Right,
mean,
that's
who
what I was
doesn't
gonna
want
say.
that? That's
Yeah,
something
when-
nobody else has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the part I didn't think about initially when you talked about it, was the fact that if you've got a super and you've got a female maker, it's like it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
All right, so here's a hot topic. Are banana and coral glow the same? Because I got yelled at for Brian Cusco on his channel that night.
Yeah. It's the same.
Yeah.
Are
I'm saying
American Staffordshire Terriers and pit bulls the same?
I think I always say it. Justin Kabilka puts it the best way with stuff like this, that I think that it's different lines of the same gene. So
Exactly.
I don't think anybody was being shisty. When those things came in, like, I don't think that they both came from one animal and then they just got called two different things. I think that there were genuinely two different animals that came in that are the same genetics, and they're just two different lines of the same thing. And if you've got a preference of one versus the other, cool, work with that one. And I think you call them whatever line that you have. But I don't necessarily think that.
So has anybody bred a coral glow to a banana?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it
No,
just does
they're
the same
compatible.
thing.
Yeah, it does. But here's the thing. So this is something Billy has talked about in the past, and it goes into the DG enhancer. So not as many people have worked the enhancer versus the DG. So there's a lot more muddy DGs out there than there are enhancers because it hasn't been worked with as much in depth.
Yeah.
So you'll see all these bananas because that one was the one that was mass produced, threw out there so quickly, and more people kept the coral glows and didn't just push them around because it wasn't pushed out at once. So it's kind of held back a little bit more.
Right.
Okay.
I think, most other reptile species and niches or whatever, they have some form of line breeding, and that's pretty much like ball python's closest form of line breeding is when you keep that line like that. Lesser and butter and coral glow and banana, that's kind of like our lines. They're separate lines.
Yeah.
Just like
Because I always thought they were the same thing. It's just one guy got one and called it the coral glow, and the other guy got the other and called it banana.
That is.
So it's like when he asked me that question, I was like, they're the same thing.
Well, I mean, look, think if you were one of those guys, say you were, A or B, and you guys each got the animal at the same time, and you're working it in your own little secretive little breeding operation, then you finally come to market with it. I mean, I would have my name picked out, and I ain't going to change, and I'm sure the opposite guy is going to do the same thing. I mean, they both put in their own time, so go with whoever you like more.
Yep.
Oh, there's a good one. Real question is, when is lace and white lace going to take over the industry? When I get my hands on it.
The movement is beginning. Yes.
Yeah.
Here in a couple years.
Yeah.
Yeah. This guy.
I'm working
That guy
really,
right there.
really hard at it, but it's just gonna it's like Phillip was saying. I mean, it's gonna take me a long time because I'm doing very simple things so that I can create these supers. I'm working I'm working an incomplete dominant exactly like you would work a recessive. So I'm going through these first few years of making my hets, So I could have gone back and shot for 4 different clutches of super lace this year, but instead I chose to put my super male to different genes so that I can get lace into different, like this year I'm getting lace into spot nose, I'm getting lace into Mojave, I'm getting lace back into blackhead, and then I'm also getting lace into 2 different clown projects. So I'm making all kinds of hets.
That's what I need, Marshal.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm working asphalt like a recessive
Right.
because
right.
I want supers.
Yep.
I
think
keep
that's the best
saying
way to work
I'm
everything. Yeah.
I keep saying I'm working it as I'm working a cryptic because I can make cryptons with yellow belly, or I can make cryptics with other asphalt. Mhm.
Yeah.
Look at me being smart.
I see your analogy there.
Antoine.
I'm not monetized, but I'll send you my PayPal.
Shameless.
I don't even remember what it is, but I'll find out. I'll make one after the show.
Appreciate you, Antoine, man. You're the man, brother.
Yeah.
I only have 160 subscribers. We're not monetized.
We're getting there. We're getting there slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely. Have you thought, Phillip, now that you're on here, about getting more into the social media, as Zach would say, lean into it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. So him and I have actually talked quite a bit about this. I don't know, I kind of want to be small with the video side, but I definitely want to up my photography again. And slowly, more or less, be a guest on other people's stuff until I get to that point where I'm just like, we're jumping in.
Yeah.
But it is in the works for sometime this year.
Ooh.
Like
Do you do a lot of reptile photography?
No. I used to do a lot of photography, but that was 10 years ago. I also used to be really heavily into video production and got completely away from computers, and now I can barely work Microsoft Word.
I feel you. And I used to work for Microsoft.
Seems to be a common problem.
No, I used to work for Microsoft, and I look at stuff now, and I'm like, I don't know how this works. Like,
I used to be able to write HTML, and I can't even figure out how to do any of this stuff. So that's pretty bad.
Just jump back into it, man. Like we talked about, I mean, if you had the eye for it before, right? Like those skills are still going to translate. Like that's the biggest thing, is just having that basic understanding. After that, it's just a matter of kind of catching yourself up with where things are at now. And so I think it's just a matter of forcing yourself to step back in, be uncomfortable with it for a little while, and those skills will kind of come. So just start, man. Start.
Yeah.
I concur.
I agree, because you know what? I thought about doing this stuff, and I was initially going to do it on Instagram, and then I kind of didn't want to do it. And if it wasn't for a lot of the people who, even you, Phillip, talk to on a daily basis, I wouldn't be here where I am right now.
Yep.
And it's insane.
And you're already at 160 subscribers. I mean, you've got, I know we've talked about it, like your watch time is climbing really quick, like you're staying busy, and clearly you're ruffling some feathers with some people who are, upset with how quickly you're coming up through things, which is, I think that's awesome. That's exactly
I keep
what
saying
you want to
that.
look for, so it's great.
I mean, I love the animals, I really do, and this is so much fun and a fun way to learn. If I were to never get a clutch and keep doing this and meeting all the great people I have in my life and more, it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it.
Yeah.
Because it's a learning experience.
I mean, I was thinking about that today. You guys know I've got some kind of unfortunate stuff going on, and I've literally kind of debated on taking a few steps back on some projects. And I'm this is the first time I'm really saying it out loud. It's just something I've been thinking about today, that I might want to kind of shift directions or whatever. But even if I do that, I'm still going to keep my YouTube channel going. I'm still going to keep doing the lives and all this stuff, because it's just this is really the part that I love almost more than even dealing with the animals, is just the social aspect of just all the people that I've met through this hobby. And Phillip, I think you'll say the same thing. And here comes another one of those people. What's up, Moose?
I feel all robotic. Does everybody hear me?
Buffering.
We got you, brother.
Hey, y'all!
Okay.
What's up?
Moose!
Don't ever do that again. I don't sound anything like that, Shane.
What up, Moose? How you living, brother?
Man, we worked so hard on his southern twang while he was down here. It was insane. It was
Just-
insane. We went
Just
to
wait till I get
Greece.
him up here and give him a Canadian accent.
Oh yeah, no doubt. All that maple
I mean,
syrup.
his y'alls have gotten more natural. He's getting better.
He's trying. He's trying. I don't think he'll ever get there, but he's trying.
I try to type it, but in my head I type like Yoda anyway, so my y'all ends up on the wrong side of the sentence, and I don't know.
He's trying to force it in there.
Yeah.
Just use your type to
You
text.
can't
once
force
you
a
go down
y'all.
here. Oh yeah, you could force a y'all. I mean, I've been doing it for the last 45 years.
At the end of every sentence.
I mean, we use y'all up here all the time.
I thought hoser was like what y'all was
Yeah,
up there in Canada.
Hoser,
Hoser.
Hoser's one of them.
Yeah,
Hoser's one of
hoser.
them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, take off, eh? Jesus, hoser.
Yeah. Jerome Canadian accent with a southern drawl. That's pretty much like key point where I live.
Yeah.
Like, we're the Maritimers. Like, we talk fast. We don't say our INGs. We say like IN.
Add an H to when you say ass. Yeah, we get it. We get it.
All right, Moose has to leave now. No, just kidding. Remember
Sorry.
who controls the buttons.
Oh, yeah. Always. Is that one right here? Is it this one right here that says leave?
So since you popped in, Moose, what do you got going on this year?
Man, I've got a lot going on this year. Unfortunately, Shane blew my whole wad on everything that I had going on with one of his videos. So I don't really have nothing to hide this year at all. All I have is just a little redhead action, a little turtle action, but that's about it. As a matter of fact, I've got my big parent hooked up right now. As a matter of fact, so I'm relishing in the fact of knowing that I'll maybe have a world's third, maybe world's second in my first couple of clutches. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Hey,
That for
Moose,
you.
What's the pairing move?
Well,
Go
I've got that redhead hypo that I've been working with, and I've got her hooked up with a Super Mojo Ghost. So hopefully, if things work out right and the punnet squares work out in my favor, I should at least make more of him, and then also maybe make some redhead mojos. Well, I think as somebody said, they're called red magics. I'm not really sure. I'm not hip on the
Okay.
redhead game yet. I'm just good enough to buy them. I'm not good enough to know everything about them. So, but yeah, I think Mojave redhead hypos. So,
Yeah.
and it's an orange ghost line, so it's a really nice line. I got really lucky with the ones that I got. But there was one little pairing with my turbo with that female. So, dual sire might have some turbo mojos come out there. Who knows? It's going to be so fun. We're about to figure it out.
Turbo Mojo Het Hypo? Man.
Oh no, they'll be
Can't go
hypo,
wrong.
bro. You know how we roll. We don't play the head hypo game here, buddy. They'll be all 100% hypo.
Oh, I need to up my hypo game.
Just stop buying anything that's not hypo. That's what I did.
Yeah, I've only got one
That
female.
sounded
mojo.
I'd
But
have
is
to
it-
have the money to buy anything at this point.
Yeah, I've got just a pastel orange ghost female that I'm raising up. She's at that 1,000-gram wall, but she just started eating for me again, so I'm excited to get her going so I can get some, that orange ghost into Ultramel and get some Ultra Glows and all that stuff going.
Oh, speaking of Ultramel, I'm talking to someone about possibly coming on, a Canadian guy who works with Ultramel. And he showed me the snake, and I'm like, damn it, I'm poor. It was Ultramel Spider Enchi, female. And I was like, I need it.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know
good
why
my
it's not
price is.
selling. So if anybody in Canada needs any Ultramel, you just message Sundial.
Yeah, I've seen them post some stuff up. They've got some nice animals. Yeah, spiders just everybody's just staying real hands off on that one, which take it or leave it. I don't really have an opinion on it. I don't work with it, but I don't really have an opinion on whether or not it should be or shouldn't be. I think it's fine either way. I think it's beautiful.
Oh yeah, we're the same way. Like we don't have it in our collection, but if we come across a female with the right genes that we need, we buy it in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Anybody else have opinion on spiders?
We need to draw some lines in the sand and make some controversy here. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, Shane, what's your opinion on spiders?
I just cut a spider clutch today, so I'm in the spider game. I mean, it is what it is. I don't have a whole bunch of it, and it's in my females. I won't run it in my males, but I do have some spiders.
Yeah.
I have a let's see, I have a spider het clown, a spider het puzzle, and a black widow het albino. So I mean, I'm in the spider game, I guess you could say. I'm not going to expand on my spider stuff because it's not because I have an issue with spider. My firm stance is until someone can prove to me that this snake is in pain, I'm fine with it. I believe it's a neurologically different animal. It acts different than the normal. It doesn't display any pain because it eats, it breeds, and does everything else other ball pythons do. I don't see any spider in pain. So that's where my stance is on it. But I guess to further on maybe the controversy, the reason that I'm not expanding on spider is because, hey, I've got snakes to feed, and spiders don't necessarily sell the best.
Yep.
So that's exactly why I'm not expanding on spiders, is because they're harder for me to sell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
what about you, Phillip and
Champagne or Hidden Gene Loma or any of those restaurants? So it's
I just don't like champagne because I don't like the look of champagne.
I love champagne. Yeah,
Well, champagne looks
champagne.
good in certain things, though.
Yes,
I
like
was just gonna
champagne
say.
looks great.
I'm a
in video,
pattern
so.
girl, though. I like patterns.
Yeah,
So
right.
to me, champagne itself is just not my jam.
Yeah.
And
So-
do I want to
Definitely
work
one that you
something
love in
super
recessive.
hard to try to get, pattern into it? No,
Leopard
I don't.
and Enchi and no.
Do I want to spend all that time to get something into pattern into something I don't like that much?
Right.
No.
Right.
Yeah, I think it just
What
depends
about
on
you,
what
Moose and
put to
Phillip?
it.
So
What
I
I've
actually
thought of a
got-
lot, and this is right down Shane's alley, I've thought a lot about like a G-stripe clown champagne combo of some sort. See what that would. So I'm curious about that combo. Like, what do you end up with? Just this golden blank snake, or are you going to put some craziness to it? I don't know.
Man, it would be a long road to try to find that out, though.
I know. And then it turns out, like I said, it's just a blank canvas, and you're like, ah, crap.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, that's why I won't work with it.
Right.
What, were
What
gonna say,
about you,
Phil? Go
Phillip
ahead,
and
bud.
Moose?
So I'm gonna blow you guys away. Take a look at my shirt that Shane is wearing.
Yes.
That should give it away.
Spider.
Spider.
So, my first snake was actually a spider, female. I also picked up at 2019 Denley from Alyssa at Full Throttle. I picked up a Enchi. What is it? Enchi Pastel Spider, I believe. Yeah. And then I also have Hidden Gene Walmart in my collection as well.
Yes, Jerome, because I can just message Justin Kia Bulk and be like, hey, can I see what your Super Enchi champagne looks like? Because I have those connections, because I'm
He did a
Shane.
video talking about champagne not that long ago. Like I think he said like I finally found the combo that champagne works really well, and I can't remember
It's
exactly what it
it's
was. It wasn't that
clown.
long ago.
It's clown. Yeah, it's clown.
I know it was
and that's what I
clown.
was going to say was
Yeah.
that, and I think Ultravale both did great with the not Ultravale, Candino and champagne because what it does, it brings those purples to the front. So if you're looking for something where you like that purplish, that golden purplish that the Candido brings, and Champagne, you absolutely want that on board for sure.
So if you put Ultramel into Champagne, would you just make like a friggin' pumpkin orange snake?
I've seen it. It's real funky looking. Yeah, it doesn't have much pattern to it. To me, I can't even remember. I think it's Kabilka that had it, or I don't remember.
Probably.
I don't remember who it was, but it wasn't that long ago. I was just looking at it. It wasn't anything that sparked my eye as something I needed. It almost, I kind of felt like it detracted from Ultramel, but that was just one example that I saw. It's hard to say. I think, actually, you know what? I think it was listed on Morph Market.
I want to see Blackhead in Champagne, because I heard they've proven that Blackhead in Spider will take away the wobble. So if we put Blackhead's an amazing gene anyways, into like Hidden Gene Woma or Champagne, is it going to do the same?
I believe that Tony is working with Blackhead in Champagne. I'm not 100% sure on that. But if anybody's working Blackhead and something else, it's definitely going to be Tony Thomas.
It's going to be Tony.
Blackhead and everything. Yeah. So, but I haven't seen really anything. As far as spiders are concerned, I have 3 in my collection. They were basically at the beginning of me getting my projects together, and I was that guy that was on Morph Market where he was like, most genes, click here, and then everything popped up with 6-7 genes with spider in it. So I ended up with like a Hypo Inchy Butter Killer Queen Bee, and then also ended up with one that I nicknamed Dizzy because after the 8th or 9th gene that I found that was in her, it just made my head spin. So I'm really not sure what all she's got in her, but I know it's definitely spider. But she looks really good. She was great. She was only 35 grams when I got her, and she's probably close to 500 grams now. So she's a great animal.
So Jerome is saying that he has a Blackhead Champagne.
Jerome needs to post some pics.
Yes. My question to Jerome. My question is Jerome. Yeah, put it on IG. But my question is to you, Jerome, because I'm curious, because the whole Blackhead took the wobble away. Does the Champagne have wobble? That's my scientific brain thinking right now. With wine, apparently. That's what I'm curious at.
But so not all champagnes have wobble. I got a local guy here that breeds champagnes, and his were perfectly fine. I have a Hidden Gene Woma that has 0 wobble. In fact, that was one of the first snakes I purchased, and I didn't even know they were supposed to have wobble. And then I found out, and I was like, look at mine. I'm like, all right, act just the same as all the rest of mine, So
my snot nose has a slight one.
This guy here is Hidden Gene Woma Spectre.
And, pretty.
And I don't see any wobble in him whatsoever, but the crazy thing is when he was a hatchling, I used to sit and watch him like do somersaults in his tub. He would like just bring his head up and he'd come back down like this and spin around and do all kinds of crazy corkscrewing. And now I don't see him doing any of that anymore.
Yeah, my Hidden Gene Woma doesn't do any of that.
Yeah, Hidden Gene Woma is one of those morphs I still don't know a lot about.
Gino's down in the comments.
It's a sleeper gene.
Jay?
Gino!
So there's Dizzy.
I can get behind that.
I like
Bongo helps. I'm kicking myself because I almost bought a lesser Bongo female. And I'm kicking myself because I didn't.
I guess, is it just that it overpowers a lot of patterns? So like, a lot of the other pattern morphs, Bongo just completely wipes it out. That's why a lot of people stay away from it. Yeah.
I like it though.
So do I. I think it's great, and I think bang for your buck. I think it's a hell of a gene to add into pretty much anything, and it'll bring a lot to the table.
So Phillip? What's your favorite morph other than Coral Glow?
I like GHI. I like Pides. I like Xanthics. I really want to get into Odium, though. Really
I've never heard of that one.
About that.
It's a gene that is hard to identify because it just has specific traits that pop out. I don't know. It does a lot of amazing, crazy stuff. So I actually have a picture on my Instagram that you would think is banana. There's absolutely no banana in it.
So is it a dominant, incomplete dominant, or is it a recessive?
It's an incomplete dominant.
Huh.
So, and now you took a little tour of Nerd, right? So, when you went there, I'm assuming that the topic of odium came up. You know, what was kind of some of the insight that you got from? First of all, who did you sit down and did you talk to Kevin about it personally, or was it
I wish
Jeremy? Or yeah.
So Jeremy and I have had discussions over Messenger about it.
Okay.
That's kind of where I do a lot more talking.
Right.
I was kind of just speechless in awe when I was at Nerd because there's a lot of really cool stuff, and that's a lot of knowledge and bright colors at once. So,
Squirrel! Squirrel!
pretty much. Look at that. Ooh, piece of candy. But yeah, no, I definitely want to go back. I definitely want to sit down more with Kevin and Jeremy about that and kind of get a better understanding. But what I can see so far is it's cool. Like, so some of them, they will fade from the bottom of the belly to about halfway.
Okay.
And that will be more of a light color where then the top portion pops, as well as you get some kind of flecking in the alien heads, but they're only at the topper portion. So it's just these little details that kind of, I don't know, fascinate me, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to see them show it in like just a single gene combo, or you know what I mean, like, or just the single gene on its own, because I think that's what frustrates people about it is that there's no,
and that's what
there's
that's
just
what
no
I
good
mean.
explanation. There's no good identification. There's never been one shown that's just the single gene on its own. Like, and I understand that that's largely because it's in Kevin's collection and everything he produces has 7 genes in it, and so I think it's a tough project to dive into because it's going to be really freaking hard to explain to somebody that yes, this is in there and this is exactly why it's there and what I see, because nobody's ever sat down and just been able to easily describe it. Like, just take my word for it, it's in there. And I'm not saying that as a slight. I'm with you. What I'm hoping is that because Cusco and everybody's there right now, I'm really freaking hoping that Cusco can get some kind of documentation, you know, with Kevin sitting down and explaining it and simplify that explanation down for us, because I know Kevin did a video about it, but it was like just, you know, he's worse than me with his ADD, like just talked in circles, it seemed like, about it the whole time. So
I was gonna say,
well, I mean, our boy Bradley's there. Let's get him as the backup.
Yeah.
Bradley, if you're watching, which I doubt it.
They did do a sit down. It just unfortunately turned into a jam session.
Yeah. Which is no surprise. Yeah, I got a text with like a quick little video clip, and it looked like they were in some kind of freaking studio, and they were just rocking out.
Yeah,
so
I've been telling
see how productive that is.
I've been telling like Dave to harass Brian for me because, you know, I haven't been able to pick on Brian for a few days.
Yeah.
And then like Donnie messaged on the Nerd page, and I'm like, please pick on Brian for me. And they're like, sure thing. I'm like, thank God.
Yeah.
I'm going through withdrawals, guys.
Dave popped in on my live last night with Patrick Holmes in the background of Bradley's video, but there was no audio for it because I had to mute Bradley because Rob Roush was inebriated and was like interrupting Patrick while he's like trying to explain like all these technical questions that I was asking him. So I literally had to mute Bradley because I'm just like, Rob will not stop interrupting him. But yeah, it was. So we'll see how productive that trip turns out.
I must have missed that part. Wow, you got Dave Kaufman on your show before I did.
Yeah, I mean, just for half a second. I don't think it really counts. I think we got to hear his voice for about 3 seconds because I was like, oh, Dave's in the background. Let me unmute Bradley. And then literally I unmuted him and it was just bedlam. Like Rob was still in the room, like spouting God knows what. He was trying to get Bradley bit, which he did. Bradley got bit on our stream like 4 times, but it was silent the whole time because he was muted. So it was interesting.
I'm going to go finish watching that one.
Yeah. There's a lot of little Easter eggs in there for anybody that didn't watch it. It's pretty entertaining.
Oh my gosh. So let's do something fun. I mean, I know Shane's, but least favorite morphs. Banana.
Ooh.
I hate banana. That's why it's hard living with banana lover over here, who bananas everything.
Telling me banana.
I mean, there's stuff that I don't like thrive to have, but if it happens to be in a couple, if it happens to be one gene and something that I'm sought after getting, I'll deal with it and have no problem. I'm not big on pinstripe.
Okay.
Neither is Shane. That's why I'm going to name my first pinstripe Shane.
Wait. I had a pinstripe clutch today, and I may have changed my mind.
Ooh. That's what it takes sometimes. You got to see it in the right animal, and it helps if you're the one that produced it because you're not allowed to dislike it.
Hey, I'm willing
Shane is growing as a breeder.
I'm willing to change, and I'm not concrete about certain things. I would say right now mine would probably be like champagne. I'm kind of like I'm kind of like with Kathleen on that. I like pattern and busyness and designs, and that's like the opposite of that, So
right.
That's why I was like, why don't you like pinstripe?
Yeah. I don't know. I have got a cool pinstripe today, man. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, the pinstripe is the poor man's clown.
I would almost argue spider is almost more of the poor man. Like that's the really poor man's clown, but.
That's the really poor man's clown.
Yeah.
That's like the homeless man's clown.
Yeah, there you go. Phillip, what's yours, brother? Least favorite?
He said pinstripe.
Oh, you said pinstripe. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's right.
Marshall hates lace.
Yeah, I've got.
Yeah.
I've actually got like kind of a whole list. No, and it's mainly to do with the fact that one of my predominant genes is lace, which is a very subtle heterozygous animal. So I have a real dislike for very dominant genes like leopard, pinstripe, spider, because I can't just simply take blah blah lace and put it into those ones, because then I'm gonna come back with offspring that I'm not sure or whether or not lace has it. I gotta hold all that stuff back, breed it back to find out if I get any supers out of that. So I got a real hard time with a lot of these dominant genes that I can't see lace in.
Yeah.
I'ma fight you on the leopard, boy.
Yeah. No, I mean, because leopard really dominates over it. So
yeah.
Leopard brightens and it wonks out patterns. It is the best morph there is, single gene.
Sure, but it
show me one gene. Show me one gene that brightens and wonks out pattern, but it works differently in every single different other morph.
Extreme gene.
Trick.
Yeah.
It is not banana. Shut up.
Trick is a good one. Yeah. Trick is a good one. Oh yeah. But I mean,
you want to do this
look
show?
at Shane. Have you seen Renowned Reptiles Batman lace or possible Batman lace? He just
I feel like I should have seen that too. I mean,
because
frequently.
He posted it on his Instagram, but he never listed the genes on it. He just posted a picture of a Batman.
Okay, that's my biggest pet peeve more than any gene is people that post pictures of snakes and don't even give you any description. I scroll past them. I get mad. I'm like, screw them.
Yep.
And is it the one that he posted and it just says "finally" is the description and that's it?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
And
snake, super clean.
It is, and like I told, I know he's talked to Will Morose. He's messaged me about it, and then he's talks with Joel over the State 48, and you can't give him a definite answer as to whether or not laces it, because leopard is just so overpowering. It's going to come down to, will the snake brighten up as it ages?
Yeah.
So
and Shane, you
basically,
have seen it because you commented on it and said Batman.
Listen, there's a reason I'm leopard spice.
What's that?
There's a reason I'm leopard spice.
Leopard spice. Okay. But
Speaking
yeah,
of Will Morose, I'll do a quick shout out. Will Morose now has his own Patreon with a
Yeah, he just
Discord.
started that up this week, right?
Yeah, and it is one tier fits all, and yours truly made the Discord. So get your butts
nice.
over there to his Patreon. It's good times.
ooh.
You never know who's going to be in there.
What the hell?
I'm there.
I don't need a Discord to
Shane's
talk to
there.
Shane, though.
Well, I mean, you never know. But you might need a Discord to talk to Will Morose.
I mean,
No,
he's
there's
pretty much
a-
answered me when I've called him, too, so.
Yeah. I've tried to answer everyone.
He's actually dropping a lot of really good knowledge, and he's doing a lot of like one-on-one information, how to start up your business, helping you go through like breeding plans and stuff. Like it's like Sylvan Learning Center for snake breeders.
I
Did
don't know.
anybody get that?
No.
Yep.
I know
Well, I
Zach
get it,
got
but
that because he laughed.
Yeah.
Our Sylvan Learning
I just
Center,
remember the
you got
commercial.
kicked out of school, so I don't understand. I don't know how to get kicked out of this school.
Hey, so what is Zach and Moose's least favorite gene?
You're pointing at Marshall.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wait,
Zach-
there.
Zach is-
mine I'm gonna have to echo. I don't like champagne. I have never really liked champagne. I didn't like it even nothing against Kabilka, but even in like clown and stuff, I'm not a fan. Yeah, I don't personally want to work with anything where it's like even if I do like a combination that it's in, it's like, well, I don't really see a point in having it, because unless it's in this one particular combo, I'm gonna hate it when I reproduce it. So I just don't see any reason whatsoever to have it in my collection at
And
all.
why put so much work into it to try to bring back patterns?
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's not worth my time.
Yeah. So like I said, I'm sure there's good stuff with it. It's not anything you'll ever see me have.
What about you, Moose?
Anything
Well, I don't know
not
if I can
hypo.
really say anything. Yeah, exactly. Anything not hypo. I don't know if I can really say if there's anything that I don't like. I think what frustrates me the most, especially being a first year breeder and somebody that's trying to build up a good project and everything, it has to be pastel. I mean, because it's so hard to find single genes that you want to deal with that haven't been just ran through the pastel ringer. So, and
Pastel's
there's
the
good
new
pastel
normal.
out there, and there's bad pastel out there. Luckily, I've gotten a hold of some great pastel, it's frustrating because if I'm making my rounds back through everything, I'm going to be putting it right back up against pastel again. And the last thing I want to do is make super pastel anything at this point. I want to try to keep things nice and clean, especially in the beginning. So,
Pastel orange ghost.
Nice.
Yeah.
And this is
I'll
a new
one up you
green
there, Zach.
Justice. She's like bright freaking orange still.
I'll one up you there. So this one is high OD pastel,
Oh, nice.
possible head hypo.
Beautiful.
So,
I know.
I have
this
a
is
spoon.
literally the only. That's
That's
literally the only
so-
pastel that I like.
Yeah.
Hey, can I give a quick disclaimer? So this is just our personal preference. None of us are trash talking any particular project.
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
no,
Yeah.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Except for
100%.
Marshall's, because he doesn't want to put leopard in anything, and I will trash talk him as much as I want.
Hey, that's what's
But
so
he's
cool about,
he's my brother, so I'm allowed to.
Yeah, exactly.
that's what's so cool about ball pythons in particular is there is so many directions and flavors for everyone. you could get lost forever doing whatever you want. You know, so.
Oh, and absolutely. And the more someone dislikes the morph means the more you can work with it. I will take all the leopard and put that poop into anything.
Yeah.
So
I'm working Ultramel.
in fact,
Need I say
I'm
more?
going to get a lace from Marshall just to put it to a leopard.
Oh, I'm not saying I'm not
and watch
saying
him cringe.
Yeah. No. I'm not saying I dislike a leopard. I say genes like leopard frustrate me because they're hard to get laced into.
I agree.
That's a very
no-
like a politician answer.
Yeah.
That
Because if I breed, just for instance, if I breed a lace to a leopard, chances are I'm probably going to have to hold back the whole entire clutch because I'm going to have one leopard that maybe kind of looks like it might have lace in it, and I'm going to have another lace that, yep, that for sure is lace. You know, so I'm going to have all this crazy stuff because it's overpowering the gene that I want to work with.
So maybe you should join Will Morose's Patreon because he said he's able to spot lace pretty easily.
I know because he told, I know he said that.
Plugged for Will Morose's. I'll drop the link for the Patreon down in the description below.
What's Zach got right there?
Just a single gene leopard that's deep in blue, so she just looks insanely dark right now.
Are you signing up for it now?
I was already.
But yeah,
You're
just a single
welcome,
gene
Will.
leopard. Look at that belly. Come on.
Oh, I love leopards
Kathleen,
so much. Yes, Phillip, my dear.
Is it just the freckling that you don't like about banana?
Okay, so here's my thing, and I know everybody's heard this before. So I have clinically diagnosed OCD, obsession compulsive disorder, which a lot of people think it's like germophobia, but obsession compulsive disorder actually means like you need things specific ways. It has nothing to do.
Question before you go further. So if it's clinically OCD, doesn't that mean you have CDO?
Ha 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 ha. You're
If you
cute.
have OCD so bad you got to put it in alphabetical order?
That's actually quite funny, but no.
I'm just curious. I don't know. I mean, that's just what I heard.
But like with me, I need things to look a certain way and be a certain way, and it actually gives me anxiety and makes my heart race and my head hurt when things aren't. So you have a nice colored snake, and then all of a sudden there's random sporadic freckles. So that actually messes up my brain. It's the same way with pies, except for in baby dreamsicles and lightning pies. Because lightning pies are like a grayscale, so it's fine. And then baby dreamsicles are white and orange with white blotches.
So what about with granite stuff? So like
I don't know too much about granite
like that. Well, I mean the granite line of stuff. You know, like redhead has a granite flecking, and blackhead has a granite flecking, and that doesn't
I like
throw
blackhead
you off?
in stuff. Like mixed in with things, but I
So
don't
you're talking
like
like
it
a
on
lighter
it.
color and then the black dots. That's what you're talking about, like broad. Okay.
Yeah, or like if you have like a regular pie that like it's a normal with white breakthrough, that hurts me.
Okay.
Because it's not pleasing. Does that? I know it sounds completely nuts.
Yeah, it does.
Hey, will we expect any different?
If you guys
We've
watching
grown to
haven't
accept
figured
it.
out, I'm the little sister of the group, but they can pick on me, but nobody else can.
I'm going to echo Kathleen's statement though. I don't like the freckles in bananas, so I keep the ones that have the bell complex in it, so it doesn't have that many freckles.
Yeah.
But I do have one that's super freckled, but she's a female, so I'm keeping her. I don't care if I don't like the way she looks. She's a female banana.
That was the one that you produced, right?
Yeah, I'm keeping her. I don't care.
So get this. So John.
Do this.
Yes.
No
Beautiful.
freckling anywhere.
Yeah, but I also don't like banana because John won't shut up about them.
So you just can't allow yourself to like it.
When you literally, like John and I both breed, we're both in this. All we talk about is the snakes and the kids. Mainly snakes, mainly breeding. Morph this, morph that. Have you seen this? Have you seen that? All he talks about is mahogany and banana. It is not bull poop.
I feel a lack of support. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm trying to get him into other genes. Oh, he wants to do the lavender snow pied.
Yeah. You should,
That's his next thing. We're going to be on the lookout this year for MJ Exotic pied, like a lightning pied female.
Man, you should be able to get that. He doesn't like Mark Mandic live next door to you?
No one lives next door to me. I'm by myself in the middle of nowhere.
You're in the same country.
Yeah, no, Mercy Jane is.
We do.
No, so yeah, we'll be getting it because by the time she's grown up and ready, I'll have produced our own male lavender dreamsicle, hopefully.
Yeah. Hey, don't put John in a corner. Nobody puts John in a corner. Man, let him have his bananas.
Hey,
I do let him have his bananas. He's got a
right?
world's first banana, and he's got a pairing this year, as long as he makes it up to size. That will lead to more world's first bananas. I don't put John in a corner. They're dirty dancing you.
Well, me honestly, and I don't mean to talk bad about banana, but me feeling you having the world's first banana, I believe that and $1 would buy you a cheeseburger at McDonald's. I mean, I really honestly think banana. It's like,
well, he's all excited because
congratulations. Here's your coupon.
It's a banana. Yeah, it's a banana mahogany spot nose HRA 50% head hypo. So it combines his two favorite morphs.
I don't know if anyone else in here is like bred bananas or whatever, but in my particular male's case, he seems to throw a lot of bananas, which equates into a lot of males too. But I'm just saying, like out of 10, he'll throw 7 or 8, like all the time. It's always like a 70 to 80% banana clutch out of that guy. I don't know if that's bananas in general or just my particular male.
So
But bananas will always
supporting you,
sell.
and these guys you should at least come on. I'm still trying to get John on, and he's like, "Nope, I'm playing well."
Playing what?
Wow.
Oh, man down. But Shane, to touch on that a little bit, so I've got a buddy down the street here, and he does quite a few banana pairings, and he seems to throw out a lot of bananas in his offspring as well, and that's, I think he's got 2 or 3 male bananas that he breeds, and all 3 of them seem to have a higher rate. I don't know.
Yeah, I still think there's something weird. Like, I think there's something more to the genetics behind banana. You know, like, because people were saying, I think it was it Jesse from Freedom Breeder was talking about how there's like they've got snakes that have like flip flop from male makers to female makers, and just just weird stuff is still happening with.
Is it because of 2020?
The more they get worked with.
Yeah.
It's just really interesting. The further down that line we go, you know.
So I had Jimmy Cruz over here. He helped me ID my first clutch of bananas, and he told me that too. That one of his male makers has since turned into a female maker. And who was telling
that's
him,
who I was.
I mean, I
Maybe
wouldn't be upset at that.
Oh, I'm waiting for my guy to turn into a female maker. Let's go.
Right.
Yeah, if John's banana mahogany spot nose HRA hits up to size by the time this female is here and ready, it's a banana fire. So we could hit super banana fire mahogany spot nose HRA.
Man, you gotta give your snakes names. That's why I name my snakes, because that's just.
I used to, and then I gave up.
Why?
Because there's only so. I let Scarlett name half of them. Honestly, I don't know what the half of their names are. When you run out of ideas, you're just like, here, child, name them. That's why I have a snake called Cupcake.
Oh, that's a good one.
All right, so my super Coral Glow pet pied is named Emperor Cusco.
I love it.
Is that from like the movie, or just because you're a friend of Brian? Like,
because I got it from Brian, and it goes with it. Because everyone calls him Cusco, anyways.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I think at this point people call him that on purpose.
Unless it's my 6-year-old and she thinks that's how his name's pronounced.
Well,
Well,
she's got an excuse.
That may be how Canadians pronounce it. I'm not sure on that.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to blame everything on next time I mispronounce stuff. Be like, because I'm Canadian, that's how you say it in Canada.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, what is? I don't even know.
That was good though, Shane. That was good.
He's
I
like,
was
I'm
ready.
getting
I was
down
ready.
to
I was ready.
business.
Deep
He's
down
like,
what we were talking about.
Shane's got
God.
a question. Here we
I
go.
don't know
So-
what I'm saying.
So what's
I don't know what I'm doing with
everybody's
my hand.
what's everybody's least favorite recessive? Because I think that'll be a little bit more complicated.
Least
And I also think it
Gotcha.
might step on some toes.
For me, right now,
Tide.
thanks to a particular person who were named Nameless and their video that came out on October 31st, it's Clown. I
Really?
absolutely despise Clown right now. And that's all I got to say about that.
Hey, that's
I'm waiting for you to elaborate on that. Let's.
I'm like,
Oh, no.
I can't remember what I did yesterday.
Yeah, I was
Whose
gonna say, I
video
don't
dropped
remember
on
whose video
October
came out on Halloween.
31st?
Okay,
Oh,
I know exactly what video he's talking about, and that
Oh.
helps guys in our position. Moose.
Oh, okay, never mind. I remember now.
Oh,
Okay,
wait.
I remember Moose. Yeah.
But I was a little mad at
Was it a very special
yeah.
I
episode?
was very mad.
Was it a special episode?
Hey, that clown in the looks badass. Yes, it was. Well, it was special to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think you get what I'm getting at.
Oh no, it wasn't special.
It wasn't. Okay.
I'll go ahead with the recessive question though, and I'll probably like blow everyone's minds. But me personally, I don't like Monsoon. That's just me though.
Yeah, I'm
I
right
heard
there
that a
with
lot.
Shane on that. And
yeah.
also Puzzle. I think me and Shane talked about Puzzle too. Was like one of those things where you're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. It's not going to be something where it's going to be one of those big three, like with Pod and Clown and Hypo and stuff like that, where everybody's going to have them. But
Here's
yeah,
the thing with
Puzzle's the same way.
Puzzle. I wasn't a fan of it until I did my live with June from Ballistic Pythons, Chris Ward, Adam from Morph by Designs, and Will Morose, and seeing the stuff June and Will can do with Puzzle. Holy crap on a cracker!
Yeah, I just haven't seen enough Puzzle to really have formed an opinion on it yet.
Well,
the stuff that I have seen, I haven't loved, but I'm sure that there are some combos.
You know how you can see some Puzzle?
Go watch
By
that
joining
video.
Will Morose Patreon.
Oh, there we go. Got it.
He's gonna hate me.
Do you get like a free? Is it like an old gym thing where you sign up so many people that you get a month for free?
No.
It's a pyramid scheme.
He wants it to grow organically and doesn't want to promote it, and I'm like, dude,
Say
like,
less.
get on that.
If I
Get on
Free
that.
people,
He's
can I
like,
get
no,
a
I
month
want it to
for
grow
free?
organically, and I'm like,
What's Philip's least favorite recessive?
yeah.
What's Philip's?
Let's fill up.
I don't have one. Like, I haven't found one that I don't like yet. Like,
But which one you would like least like? If you had all of them in your hand and said you had to put one back, which one would it be?
Ooh, that's good. That's good. You have
Yeah.
to put one back.
And every single one was only worth $100. Which one would you put back?
Oh, stumped.
This is why I asked the question. I knew it would be tough, and like I said, I knew that no matter what our answers
I guess
were,
I'd have to
somebody's
say
gonna be like,
Tri-Stripe.
What was it?
Ooh.
Oh,
Did you say tri-stripe or genetic stripe?
Did-
Tri-Stripe.
Tri-stripe.
I-
Okay. I'll tell you, man. I felt the same way until I saw tri-stripe ultramal.
Oh, I'm not in Ultra
You
Male,
say the
so
same
it-
thing until you see everything Ultramel. Oh
Can't
God,
help myself. Can't
how
help
many
myself.
Ultramels was that?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm all out of water.
Yeah.
I'm still doing dry January. I was really proud of myself. I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back today. I went to my buddy's bar restaurant today, and I sat at the bar, ate my food, and drank water the entire time. I was there for 3 hours. I had all the taps right in front of me, all the beer in the freaking cooler, and I managed to leave without ordering one. So I was.
Shane's coming after Tyler now.
I'm fired.
G-stripe.
Shane's coming after April. What about you, Marshall?
Well, I'm actually, I feel like I'm just piggybacking now, because I was thinking from the beginning, and it's not that I don't like tri-stripe. I'm just waiting for somebody to show me that there's more out there for tri-stripe.
So if you want to see a really cool tri-stripe, join Will Morose's Patreon.
I'm gonna have to start drinking what she says that now too. So it's like we've got Zak's Ultra
Oh
Male.
God, he's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
Will Morose Discord. We're gonna be drunk. It's a good thing I don't drink.
I'm the only one drinking.
I like the way Kathleen phrased it. If you had them all in your hand, which would be the one you were going to put back? And it's not saying that you don't dislike it or hate it or anything.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd put back the
That's just
Pied.
it, because I've seen tri-stripes that are amazing, but it just seems to me I haven't seen enough of it to totally get on board with it. And I think that kind of goes to your point too, Moose, is because, with oh my God, Exotics by Nature.
Yeah, that's a good one right there, because then you have the rest
with
of
the
albino
puzzle.
complex.
Yeah, with the puzzle stuff, it didn't start out getting thrown into every single gene that you could possibly get it into. I mean, puzzle, it is a pretty old gene. It's just not heavily worked. It's just now, like Will is really, really like pushing the boundaries with the puzzle stuff. But it's taken like 10, 15 years to get Will to push the boundaries with it. So I just don't think enough has been seen with puzzle, and I don't think enough has been seen with tri-stripe. So that's why I'd say tri-stripe, because I have puzzle and I don't have
still just kind of getting out there. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And this is probably a weird interpretation of that, but from what I could gather and from what I've just seen, it seems like it's going to take somebody like a Will Morose or somebody like a Justin or an Ozzy, because somebody like me and somebody like Zak or somebody like all of us, we financially can't take a hit into going all hard into a certain recessive and it not hitting, it not working out.
And we just don't have the animals. I mean, the thing about Justin that people don't think about sometimes is that he's got thousands of animals that are 4, 5, 6 gene combos. So it ain't hard for him to pick up. Like if he picked up in the tri-stripe. I don't know if he's in the tri-stripe yet or not. If he is, he hasn't really talked about that I've heard. But and to run that male to 6 crazy combo females and really get that worked real far ahead. Whereas like you're saying, if I bought a tri-stripe male tomorrow and put it to every female in my rack, all I'd have is a bunch of hets that don't really do anything. It would take me 5 years to get anywhere with it.
But also at the same extent, it might be that there's been a big breeder that has taken that lift, and they're not going to talk about their defeats. They're going to talk about their victories.
Not everybody will.
So it might be that somebody has already went down that rabbit hole, and it was like, nothing for me here. Let's go ahead and back up.
Because especially like clown. Like if you got a tri-stripe clown and all it did was just the pattern was just like a stripe down the back, I mean, to me, I think that would probably kill it for 90% of people, because as we all know, clown is like right now, if it looks good in clown, it's popular. If it doesn't, nobody cares about it.
Nobody cares.
So I'm with you, and that's my fear with tri-stripe too, is that I think it's just it's going to overpower a lot of stuff, and that's going to cause people to just be like,
actually, I think if you work it into the super stripe complex, like if you're working it into like freeways and stuff like that, that's when you're going to see it shine.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think there's some room for it to do some things. It's got to be worked some more.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of funny you mention that though, because again, that almost killed puzzle, was the puzzle clown, because it really wasn't all that exciting for people. It wasn't everyone that was everyone was expecting it to be wow, and it wasn't a wow.
That's how it was with me and Shane. We were talking about the Hypo Sunset that one day. I was just waiting for it to wow me, and it didn't do anything.
I think if you took like with that sunset stuff though, I think if you took like the cinnamon enchi sunset that Brian produced and put hypo into that, that's when you're going to be like, damn, with the hypo sunset stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
let them figure that out.
It's tough for me. It's tough for me to accept that. Okay, you've got a recessive, right? Which recessives already take so long to get anything done with, and you're going to tell me that there's especially at that cost, what it costs to get one, and if the only way to make it look good is to layer 6 other genes on top of it or 3 other genes on top of it, I'm like, again, this is just me speaking because I don't have all the finances in the world to work a project like that. I'm out. If I got to get 3 genes on top of it to make it look good, just not interested.
But don't we do that with other genes? Don't we do that with other stuff anyways?
We do.
Layer 3 or 4 genes onto it.
But so like me with Ultramel, I like the base morph. I think they're beautiful, and I don't mean to just like keep tooting my own project, but I like the way they look as is. I would work with those all day long. I think I would sell those all day long, and anything else is just going to add to it. So clown, like, just a single gene clown, they're beautiful, and I think there's a lot that I don't know. But I agree. I do agree. I think, you're right. I mean, we do work everything else that way. And that's the direction everything's going. What you got there, Moose?
Oh, that's the Ultra Glow. I got to show off my Ultra stuff. It can't all be you.
I want to get into Ultramel because my dream is to hit like a super asphalt DG Ultramel. I think that would be an insane looking animal. Well, however, that's like 10 years away from me.
Right, and you have to pay extra to get the H put in, since there's no H in it, but that's fine.
I have asphalt.
No, what she's got to do is when she makes those, she's gonna have to ship them here to the United States to me, so that I can pronounce it properly at that point.
No, because it's still Canadian line, so it's asphalt.
Okay.
All right, so I have a question. If you were to have $15,000, what would you do with it?
Buy an ARS rack or a Freedom Breeder rack and have it shipped to Canada.
You still have money left over, even.
Oh no, she would not have any money left over. $15,000 one rack, and she'd have to borrow $20 from Shane.
I'd have to send Shane over to Freedom Breeder to get me a discount or something, and like some cocoa blocks thrown in.
Oh, don't forget that if you sign up with their email, you get 10% off your first order. So that might help you out.
Damn.
Hey, I saved $350 on my rack from that coupon.
Oh, I know. That's why I mentioned
it. Discount from Freedom Breeder, even though I distribute cocoa blocks and shit. I don't get a discount.
No, Jesse's gonna hate us for bringing it up because I know he already hated Cusco for making it happen. For anybody in the comments that does not know, or anybody that's watching this after the fact, if you go to Freedom Breeder's website, sign up, give them their email, they will send you a one-time 10% off code. You can use that on a rack, and it is like Shane said, he saved like $300 using it. So you can absolutely save that discount code until you're ready to order it.
Canadian sales or something.
It's 10%, but it maxes out at $350.
Okay,
so, I did my whole upgrade everything to my rack, and then so I got $350 because my rack was more than $35.
Also, you don't have to worry about Jesse watching this. I don't even think he knows I exist, so we're good.
Oh, yeah, he's got a bot that trolls the internet, and we talked about Freedom Breeder, so it shoots right to his phone.
Whatever, it's fine. I can take him.
All right, who's going to answer that $15,000 question first?
I already did. I'm buying a rack.
Well, yes, you bought a rack.
I would buy a couple powerful clown males, probably just one, and some genetic stripe females, and just keep building my army of double heads. I'd spend that $15,000 like that. I'd probably have to put more on top of it.
I would be pretty close to the same thing Shane would do. I would make sure I get a whole bunch of double recessive females, and then right before the rubber meets the road, find a really good powerhouse male to run through them, and an ultrasound. Definitely an ultrasound.
Yeah, good call.
$15,000. I know pretty much exactly what I would do. I know I would get 3 more Freedom Breeder racks. So they're to roughly 10 grand. And
yeah, but wait a minute. Phillip was meaning like if you were starting off, right, Phillip? Is that what you meant?
No. I mean, at any point in time.
If you had 50 grand. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I'll stick that answer then.
Yeah.
I mean, from now, if you got 15 grand.
Yep. 3 racks. So right there, I know I'm close to, with shipping, I know I'm close to 10 grand.
Yep.
And then I'm getting 2 female super laces, and then probably a puzzle male and a clown male of some sort.
Honestly, though, if I were to get 15 grand, I would probably buy, again, import a rack, which will probably eat up about 5 grand, believe it or not,
Yeah, probably about right.
by the time you pay stuff. And then I'd buy a whole whack ton of visual recessive females. All of
Comment section.
I would also
Billy a lifetime supply of
no.
drill bills.
If I'm buying a drill though, I'm sending it to Christopher Ward. And then honestly, I'd probably go down to Tinley, just so I can meet y'all.
There probably won't ever be a Tinley again though.
Oh, don't
Yeah,
say
at this freaking rate.
that. I know.
Hey,
You have to come to Nashville.
Shout out to April.
Rumor has it that the next big super show is going to start in Nashville. I'm not just saying that because I'm here. I'm just saying that because that's what I heard.
Yeah, Arlington's
Well,
gonna be a
I've
big
never
one, too.
been to a reptile expo ever.
Yeah, I think you're going to see Arlington start to blow up because obviously Texas is
St. Louis, too.
Oh, yeah.
home of
Yeah.
freedom
St. Louis,
still in the United
St.
States,
Louis.
and I think they're going to be a little bit more loose with the regulations. So I think a lot of the push that the energy that Tenley had, you're going to start seeing shift to the Arlington show.
You know where there
No.
should be a reptile show? Maine.
Nobody
You
lives
realize
there
how far
though.
away
That's
that
why I
is
don't
from
have
all
to
of
go
us?
there.
Yeah.
It's 5 minutes from my back door.
Man, I looked on a map. There's one road that goes through that state.
Yeah.
There is
There'd
multiple roads that go through
there'd
that
be-
stage.
There'd be one guy there selling gutter guard, and then there'd be another guy there selling knockoff Justin Kabilka calendars, and that would be it.
Actually,
That would be
and then a
it.
bunch of
Maine-
lobster tanks.
Yeah, a bunch of
Clint-
lobster tanks.
Clint Laidlaw from Clint's Reptiles, he was telling me that in Maine they have a herpetological society that you can go to.
It's main part of Canada.
Well, I mean,
And it wishes.
Somebody said there is one show in Maine, and it's garbage, is what they said.
But I mean, we
There's-
could take it over.
It's like there's one show here in North Dakota, but actually, it's not garbage because we pretty much
Oh, yeah, Dustin
everybody
would
knows.
know.
Yeah, everybody knows each other, so it's basically one big hangout for
Yeah.
that
We
show.
do
So,
need one on the East Coast. East Coast. I mean, I'm East Coast Canada.
Well, I
I'm
mean,
Yeah.
legit.
the next big central show would be St. Louis if Tenley shuts down.
Yeah,
John
we'll
and I
see.
just want to go to a show like once all this crap is over with and borders open up. We legitimately wanted to go like Tinley, a big show where we can go see everybody. Like we can't buy anything, we can't import anything, but we just want to go see everybody. That's the best part of this hobby is meeting
Yeah.
people and seeing people.
Yeah.
And I mean, I want to also know, is Dave Coffin really that tall in real life?
yeah, he is. I met him at Anaheim. He's pretty tall.
But I need to know for myself.
How tall are you, Kathleen?
It's kind of 5'7".
Oh yeah, he's way taller than you.
It's like the time I met Big Show, and I went up to like his elbow.
Hey, so I'm gonna put it out there right now. I'm not going to any shows till I can go without wearing a mask because I'm not wearing a mask. Screw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Arlington was nice because it was. Well, I'm not going to say that
Half-assed.
publicly. it was pretty fast and loose. I guess I'll just say that.
Half-assed.
It's Texas, man. I mean, pretty much like I walked in there with a mask on, and everybody was like, "You know, you're in Texas, right?" Like,
Okay, April wants to know, and God, answer her question before she, whines more. Love you, April. Question for Marshall. Would you put puzzle into lace? What would you
Yes.
think would happen because puzzle is such an intense pattern? Oh, and he's
So-
holding. He just whipped it right out, guys.
So the
He had
first
that one in
clutch
his
of the
pocket.
I saw that question a while back, so
Pocket
I was
snake.
waiting. But one of my first clutches from last year was a bamboo puzzle to a lace. So I produced some lace heads, and this is a female lace head. And yeah, that was a great question about the intensity of puzzle. I don't know. I would suspect that a lace puzzle is going to be very difficult to identify, but it's where I'm looking to get into a white lace puzzle to see if I can kind of put that lace pattern into the puzzle. That's what I'm trying to achieve, and that's the way I want to work towards doing that. So I do have that in mind, and I think it is going to be over a lace puzzle isn't going to be very, I don't expect it to be some mind-blowing snake, but now I have real high hopes for the white lace puzzle.
Yeah, but I was going to say, I don't think we expect just a single gene lace to be mind-boggling in any particular combination on its own. I think the whole point, like you were saying earlier, is just to shoot for that super, because the white lace stuff, if anybody hasn't seen it, it's nuts. I mean, I've not seen anything that looks like that. Those side patterns are just wild looking, man. And
I want to
think
see
that
like
works well with anything.
I want to see like a super lace hypo DG.
Yes, so do
Yeah.
I. I think
That would
uh,
blow from outer
see that being
space.
super.
Oh,
Yes.
let's just make that. Yeah.
Will,
So here's a
Will
fun
is working on
question.
that.
I know he is. Here's a fun question, because we're all friends and we all chat. If you could steal one snake from somebody in here, what snake would you what snake would you steal and why?
I'm still in. I'm not even going to say it because it's kind of top secret, but I'm still in one of Moose's.
I was going to say,
Okay, if you can't say top secret,
Yeah.
then you got to pick something else.
no offense, but I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm going straight to this guy right here, and I'm getting some of that redhead stuff he's got.
Okay. Okay. I'm curious.
Moose is
now.
turning his camera off.
He's gone. Man, he's gone.
If I can't say top secret stuff, then I'm going down over to Marshall and getting some of his lace stuff. Right down there.
Yeah, can I do the same thing and just take that lace hat puzzle he just had?
Oh.
You know what I'm going for? I'm going over to Shane's racks and I'm stealing that snake he just bought off Miguel.
That's
Oh, there
what
you
I would say. No. That's my pick. You back off. Back off.
Actually, wait, Marshall, didn't you make like an Arroyo head ultramel? I'm gonna need one of those too.
I did.
Yeah. World's
Shane,
only,
I'm
as far
curious.
as we're aware.
And then
I
I'm
don't know
going
what-
over to Marshall's racks and I'm stealing that female blackhead phantom lace.
That's the one. That's
Yeah,
the
that's
one.
I'm
beautiful snake,
stealing her too to put to the male I stole off of Shane.
She's got.
So,
she
Shane-
had an answer too well prepared for that question.
You know what's sad?
I'm
It's
curious.
because I remember
Shane-
everybody's stuff.
I'm curious what top secret one. I don't know which top secret one it is, Shane.
Well,
Can you
some
give me
hints.
like sounds like? What sounds like?
It could possibly be a stupor.
Oh, yeah, that's a little top secret.
This is not fair.
Oh.
Can you guys like message me after the show or now?
Well, that's not my snake, so I mean, I'm not a snitch. I mean,
Yeah.
Moose knows what I'm
Moose,
talking
can you
about.
message me after the show and send me a picture?
I don't know.
Listen.
I don't know.
She promises
I don't
not
know.
to promote it the way she's been promoting Will's top
Yeah, I
secret.
know, right? Yeah,
Freaking
yeah.
Patreon.
It's not top secret, but I do know some top secret things, and you don't hear me spilling them.
Yeah, I'll go over to the Blackhead Phantom Lace though if I can't take top secret ones.
No, I've already stole that to Harry your clown.
I love Blackhead. I mean, you put them all in one snake.
Hey,
Yeah,
Phillip,
the
whose snake are you stealing?
I guess we're all fighting, so we're gonna have to just battle royale this.
Notice how nobody said any of my snakes. Thanks, guys. Thanks.
You're in Canada.
I mean,
like, we don't even count that.
Who else is going to have world first bananas if it's not you?
Oh, so sorry. Sorry.
I don't have any snowshoes to get up there.
Right. And not to mention, we're all Americans. You guys won't let us in right now, anyways.
No, I've been to
Not until you guys get your poop under control.
Not gonna happen anytime soon. Trust me. Just
I have
watch.
faith in it. Listen, I got
I
faith
went
it's
ahead
going to
and
get
just-
better in a few days.
No.
I have
Well, I
faith.
went ahead and tried to, me being moose fashion, decided even though I've been vaccinated, I went ahead and decided to get COVID on top of that. So I think I'll be like double vaccinated now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that
Right,
like when you get chicken pox after you got the chicken pox vaccine?
You know,
Yeah.
funny you say
Way to go,
that.
you
Funny you
one-upper.
say that because that's how I feel. That's how I feel about whenever I found out, me and wife found out we had COVID. That's kind of how we felt when we finally figured out where it came from. It was like, did we just have a chicken pox slumber party with COVID?
Well, I guess they're
Because that's
saying
what it
that it
felt
doesn't.
like.
It's not that you won't get it. It's that it'll lessen your symptoms. Like you'll be able to fight it better. It's like
Oh, I don't
basically
know.
the chickenpox vaccine. Like you don't get
I
immunity.
had
you just
chickenpox
get the
twice
ability
when I
to
was a
get.
kid, so
I don't want to have
Scarlett's
again
had
what
it
I've
twice.
got, so
yeah.
yeah,
So,
I don't want to. Yeah, but what I've had, I don't want to have again. So let's just leave it at
Yeah.
that.
Yes, Philip.
I didn't have COVID. Everyone else did.
Me?
I
So is
probably
this
already
going to
had
be
it.
like in the Contagion where the government comes to get you to test you?
I'm waiting for it.
Yeah, I probably already had it back in February. Like I got real
like-
sick working at the bar, and
like-
it was the one time that I actually had to call out of work, and after that, if anybody should have it, I should have had it at some point. You know, I mean, grabbing people's drinks and everything else with my bare hands and all that stuff for months and months and months while we were still open at the start of it all, and then. Hell, now I'm in and out of freaking grocery stores all day long. I'm around, probably 3,000 people a day.
I'm pretty sure.
so
I'm
I
pretty
think
sure I
I'm
had it when I was pregnant with my daughter because I was in and out of the hospital on oxygen.
yeah,
Like, because I couldn't breathe nothing. Like, and I was pregnant, so they were freaking out because there wasn't
Mhm.
enough oxygen getting to the baby's brain, and they couldn't figure out why I was so sick. But I think it was that. It was like months before it was discovered, but they said it could have been
Yeah.
going around at that time.
yep.
It was not fun, whatever it was.
No, I that's what's so crazy is just how widely the symptoms and everything differ. But let's not go down that whole rabbit hole of COVID talk. I guess.
But-
Let's try.
Yeah, my bad. My bad for bringing
No, you're good, man. I'm just,
It's all Moose's fault.
yeah,
Back to
it's all
going up
just-
to Canada, I've been up to the UP in February, and screw that. You guys can keep that cold to yourselves. I like the cold. That's too cold.
It's a whole nother level of cold, man.
What,
It-
up here?
It was like, no, up in Michigan, up in the UP.
You
That
didn't
was
even
like
make it all the way
negative
there.
40 degrees.
I was like, what's the UP?
Upper Peninsula.
Upperly.
I don't know. The other day when I did a live, it was with Jacob Sentinel Surface. He's like, "What temperature is it there now?" So I had to convert it to Americana, and it was like 20 degrees.
Wait.
And
What's
I'm like,
Americana?
"Oh, it's sweater
What's
American.
Americana? I've never heard of that before.
Fahrenheit
It's
because we measure in Celsius,
Okay.
right?" So I had to,
the opposite
Do the
of
math.
Canada.
and he's like,
Canada
"It's
and
20
Americana.
degrees."
Okay.
Yeah.
He's like, "It's 20 degrees," and I'm
That's
like,
not that
"Yeah,
bad.
it's not even that cold out right now."
Yeah.
That's not that bad, but
I mean, I know Bradley said it was warmer in Boston when he got there yesterday than it even was here in Charlotte yesterday.
Wow.
But we had like ice and there was some snow in like the northern parts of the state. So I don't know. It's been weird down here.
All right. So we're at 2 hours and 3 minutes. I'm going to give it like 10 more minutes if anybody has any last minute topics they want to drop into the chat. It's been so much fun. I've kind of neglected the chat. I'm sorry, guys. Don't hate me.
Zach
Just a lot
needs
of-
to answer my question.
The $15,000 question. So I'm glad I kind of had a few minutes to think about that one. So does it have to be ball pythons? Doesn't matter. Just whatever.
Just reptile related.
So probably what I would do is buy probably like a stack of 6-foot AP cages. And then I think I'd buy like two, I don't know, I probably wouldn't be able to afford two. I'd probably buy one powerhouse female from Garrett, Super Dwarf, like probably like a $7,000, $8,000 powerhouse Super Dwarf female.
Yeah, you can spend all your money on just Garrett.
Yeah, I mean, I could spend. Yeah, I could literally spend. You could spend more than $15,000 on one animal from him.
I was gonna say, couldn't $15,000 be like a down payment?
Yes.
For
Yeah. So when I was at his facility, I got to hold in my hands a $35,000 snake, and he was just like, "Yeah, take it outside and take pictures of it." I'm like, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna stay in here with it and like hold it real close to my chest so I don't drop it." And like I'm not gonna breathe on it too hard, and like I think that's the only time I've ever held something that was that valuable in the palms of my hands. But yeah, I think that's probably what I would spend my money on, is just caging, and then at least one really good powerhouse female. The thought being that I'd raise her up, and then I'd have like something I could do a breeding loan on, or I could breed his Tom Belonging male too. So.
Or put it to Ultramel.
Yeah, figure that out somehow. Get Ultramel into retics.
Well, you never know.
Hybrid, baby, yeah.
Hey, if there's anybody that would try it.
Lance the other night asking about Ultramel isopods, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, I saw that. I love it.
I am like,
guys
the
can't take me
closest we
anywhere.
got is like rubber ducky isopods, and those are $30 per isopod.
That's so crazy to me. Like, why am I not breeding those?
Because Cubaris species are hard to breed. I haven't even gotten them yet because one, I don't want to spend $300 on a colony,
Yeah.
like a culture, and then have it all die.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a buddy offered me a bunch of baby praying mantises today, because I guess they like found a female praying mantis, and they were keeping it in the house for a little while in a cage, and it hatched out a bunch, like 100 little baby praying mantises. I'm like, no, I don't do bugs, man. I'm good. Especially not
So
tiny little like Satan bugs.
What's everybody's big pairing this year? You had to pick one. If only one of them could lay eggs this year.
Shane, you go first,
Well,
and then go in the whole circle again.
All right. I got this one.
And then he changes mine 5 times.
My redhead hypo butter blah 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 male.
You can't say that, Shane. You can't say that.
No, you gotta say it all.
Oh, he's a hypo butter redhead hypo, but him to any girl, it doesn't matter what it is. I think he's gonna be ready this year. I think so, man. I think so. So it doesn't matter. Whatever female's ready at that time, I'm running redhead, baby. I'm running. And everything at hypo.
What about you, Phillip? If only one of your planned pairings could lay, which one would it be?
Pastel Orange Dream 66% het pied to my Super Coral Glow 100% het pied.
Nice.
I just want her to prove out to be 100% and get at least one visual.
Yeah.
Pastel Orange Dream Coral Glow pied. Just one. I'd be happy.
Not
Male or female, wouldn't care.
That'd be a sick female, man.
That would be.
Yeah. For later on, that'd be a sick one.
Yeah,
it would not go anywhere
put that
at
male
all.
back too, or whatever. Yeah.
Like, I've looked at the price on what it would be, and yeah, no, even with the price that it would cost for somebody to buy it, I wouldn't sell it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, what you got there, Moose?
What is it, Moose?
Is that your answer?
That's my answer.
Is that an
Okay,
octopus? What is that?
but can you tell me what it is? Because I suck at IDing.
I'm going to plead the fifth.
Oh, hell.
Okay, no, this is not the rules of the game.
Karma.
All right, Kathleen Jr.
Okay. No, I already said it. Hold on one second. I already said it once, so I guess I'll say it again. It's a redhead hypo to Super Mojo Ghost.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you a dumb question.
So that's hypo and hypo, or ghost and ghost, whichever way you want to say it. It's compatible.
Yeah, both of them are orange ghost. I just
So
say
I'm gonna
hypo
ask-
in certain places and ghost in others.
as a newbie who doesn't know all the morphs, I see Mojo all the time, and every time I Google it, just says Mojo. What the heck is Mojo?
Mojave.
Mojave.
It is Mojave? Okay.
Yeah.
That's
it gets
what I
confusing
thought.
because my brain sometimes wants to go mahogany for whatever reason. But yeah, it's just Mojave.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
Marshall, only one
That's
of your
mine.
pairings could lay.
If only one of them can go, then I'm going to shock the shit out of all of you. And if only one can go, it's a pied possible het clown female that I've been breeding to a pastel banana clown and clown. I just want to prove out this little gal.
Okay.
All my other lace
Lace?
stuff, I guess, if I don't have any lace clutches this year, I still produced a lot last year, so I'm still doing good there.
Yeah.
So yeah, if I can prove out a clown, a pied het clown, that would be really great.
All right, Zach, what about you?
So I'm holding her. It's the one I was talking about earlier, and she should go. Actually, her follicles, Marshall, have gotten so big I can actually even feel them while I'm holding her right now.
Was that the one you
Yeah.
palpated on?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then I palpated her again the other day. Yeah, I mean, and now it's like, I mean, they're right there, super freaking obvious. Like she's really getting ready to go. But yeah, she's a fire yellow belly spot nose, 100% het for ultramel, and she was bred to a Mojave visual ultramel. And I'm pretty sure she is ready to freaking go. And I don't think like. Obviously, the odds are pretty long on hitting the all gene animal, but I mean, if I did, I don't think that combo's been made before. And I mean, hell, even if I didn't, like, I haven't. I'm sure Justin has probably made spot nose ultramels. I think I might have seen a picture of one, but I don't think he's made like yellow belly spot nose ultramels or like fire yellow belly spot nose ultramels. So again, I mean, this has potential. You know, my second clutch ever. Has potential for I think a few world's firsts, and then I've got a pastel clown het ultramel male coming. So you know, getting some spot nose into some clown and leopard with ultramel I think would be pretty cool. So
One thing I want to say about that video, I took what Marshall and John Feely had said and what Chris Ward had said, and I learned to palpate. And it was like a couple weeks ago, I went and looked at my daughter's snake, who's a proven breeder, and I palpated, like, her follicles were so big, you could almost see them.
Yeah. That's
like, when I was palpating, like, you could see the golf balls.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, time to throw a male in there now.
Yeah.
She hadn't been
You
here
know
yet.
what? I'll tell you the exact reason for my, like, I stress so much about, like, people learning how to palpate. Is number one, I'm sure, Kathleen, once you get into the rhythm and you start breeding more snakes, obviously people are going to start reaching out to you, and they're going to have questions.
I hope not.
75% of the questions that I answer on through Messenger or whatever is, does my female look gravid? She did this, she did this, she did this. Do you think she's gravid? And I'm just like, just give it a quick check on, just give it a quick palpate. If your female is like with Zach, if your female is that far along in development, you don't have to be good at palpating. You just squeeze just a little bit, and all of a sudden, thunk, thunk, thunk. Yep, she's.
I
gonna go.
sat there and literally counted 8, and you could feel, like, you could see the golf balls, and I'm like, oh my god, like, are she, like, am I too late? And I took what you said, and then Chris Ward said, instead of using more than, like, all your fingers, use one.
Right.
And make it your middle finger. And I'm like, that just upped the ante.
Is that one?
This one, Shane. This one, right here.
Yeah, between
This
that
one.
and then using the paper towel, like, it's night and day. Because like I was telling you the other day, Marshall, when I tried palpating her a second time, and like it was obvious when I did it on video, like I could feel them, they were there. But then this time when I did it, like, it was just on my own, like, after, because I did exactly what Marshall was saying. I was texting them like, guys, this is what she's doing. Like, she's rolled over, you know, upside down in her tub. Like, she's showing her belly and everything. Like, should I stop pairing? And they were like, well, just check her. I've told you this 100 times. Just freaking palpate her. But anyway, so I did. And yeah, like, I tried it without the paper towel. Thought I could feel them, but then grabbed a paper towel and was like, holy crap, there's some follicles.
See, I find
it
the opposite. I have a harder time feeling with the paper towel.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's just lady hands.
Maybe so.
Maybe, yeah.
So
Morph-minded. That really
Morph-minded, what's the newest codom gene that you do not have but one? I mean, since I'm a first-year breeder, aren't they all new genes to me?
New or unworked? I would say the calabash reduction gene, KRG.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
KGR. Yeah, KRG. Yeah. That's what you'll usually hear it as, is KRG. Or it's
there's not many codoms that I don't have yet that I want. It's just blackhead and lace that's left on my codom list. Everything else is recessive.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Phillip?
We all know the answer. It's odium.
There you go.
Is there a super form of odium yet? I mean, have they said that?
It hasn't been released.
Odium. I'm sitting there and I'm like, what do they call the super form? Like overdose? Like,
who knows?
Kevin just puts out names and we just go with them. There's some snakes in his.
I'm gonna message Kevin McCurley and be like, you better name the super form of odium the overdose.
But where was I going with that? He has so many snakes in his collection that some of them don't even have names. It's just you can't even identify them, and it's just, oh, that's cool. Yeah. That's pretty much all it is.
If you could have any more that you don't currently have, I mean, what would it be?
I personally would like to start working with it's either Mario or Atari. I kind of like both of those. I kind of want to go towards Mario more because, I'm already playing with Turbo, and Turbo kind of does its own little cleaning up thing. So I'd kind of like to see what Mario does, and I like what the super form of Mario is. Not just the name itself, but I think if I had to choose, that would definitely be the one that I had to choose would be Mario, but a really close second would be Atari.
I'm sitting there being like, yelling at John, I'm like, Google Atari ball python. He's like, with what? And I'm like, Google.
With your fingers?
What else would you Google?
H-E-T. It's Atari. Don't fall for the trap like I did and start looking up Atari.
Oh, it's Atari.
Atari, yeah, right.
But Atari is the super form of Atari. So
yeah.
Just to make it more confusing.
Yeah.
All right, Zach, what about you?
I don't know if it's actually my answer, but it was the first one that popped in my head, so I'm going to go with it. Wookiee, I think. I really like, what Justin was showing that it does to kind of the sides on those animals as far as just like that kind of grayed out look. It just kind of gives like a gradient, I feel like. I don't know. So yeah, I kind of get a kick out of those, but I'm sure there's another one I could think of if I had a few minutes, but...
Oh, hey, Will Morose.
I was going to say, I'm going to go...
Let me give him 1 second, so I'll let Will know. She deserves a free month of your Discord because she's dropped your Discord 11 times tonight.
Oh,
so
he knows.
Get 1 free month. Like a gym membership. 1 free month of Discord.
Every time... Yeah, I don't know if you guys know, but
wait, Will has a Patreon?
Yeah, Will Morose at Royal Canadian Reptiles. He has a Patreon. I don't know if you guys know.
That's news to me. I'll have to check it out when I get done here. I don't know.
Yeah.
12 times.
We'll throw the link in the description below. I mean, Will Morose. He's a very small breeder, not very well known. Has a few things in his collection. I don't know if you guys ever heard of him.
I'll have to check his stuff out. Does he have an Instagram?
I think so. Somewhere. I think he also knows that other small breeder. What's his name? Miguel. I think it's Miguel.
I don't know. I'll have to do some Googling when we get done.
How do you do that?
Is that the one guy that does
No.
all the videos?
I'm not
Billy?
Jesus, Will. I'm just Kathleen. You're welcome.
You bunch of heathens. Marshall, what's your gene, brother? Your codom that you don't have that you want?
We mentioned it before, and I don't know if it's a known gene, but I just don't have it, and I'd really like to work with it. I'd like to get into bongo.
Okay.
Yeah. Kind of has some interest to me. Yeah. I mean,
we got to answer the question from. We got to answer that question from Mrs. PDs Reptiles.
Oh, that is cool.
The Hatari.
Oh yeah. Go to Chris.
That was so 2 minutes ago. Come on.
Well, it took John a minute. He's a man, okay?
Shane, by the way, there's a
PDs
KRG het pied listed on Morph Market right now for a pretty reasonable price if that's something you're super stoked about.
I'm telling you, man, KRG is pretty cool. Wookie is my other one, though, too. I just went KRG tonight. Wookie's my
with me, too.
Yeah.
So I think this will be the last question because I'm at 8%, guys, because my I can't charge my phone while I use the microphone. So who or what got you into the business?
Ash.
And Marshall showing off his blackhead lace stuff for Will.
I'm not.
It's a beautiful animal, Marshall.
So
Will's
real
going to end up
quick
trying
about
to buy
my-
it.
Right, mine's real easy. I basically had got in the business back in 2012 with the plan of breeding, just something to do locally. Was totally ran off by, the community that we got now is 300 times better than it was, 8-10 years ago.
Yeah.
So basically I got kind of ran out of it. So whenever I got to the point here recently when I was going to be able to go, well, what do I want to do now? I wanted to get another snake. So I went and got the one snake that I always wanted, which was a Super Mojave. Not the one that you've seen twice tonight, but another Super Mojave. Well, the guy that owned the pet store at that time, he said, hey, the guy I get my ball pythons from, he's getting into retics. So if you get to where you're doing this again, let me know, because I always will buy them from you so I can sell them at my store. So one thing led to another, and then the one Super Mojo that I've got has turned into about 32 different snakes. So, but a lot of that, honestly, let's just be 100% forthcoming. A lot of it has to do with everybody that's on this screen here right now. The reason why I'm doing what I'm doing now is because of the 100% positivity that I get from everybody that's in this business or in this hobby now. If it wasn't for Shane reaching out to me whenever he came to Nashville, and if it wasn't for Alyssa with Full Throttle Reptiles, if it wasn't for Brian with Breaking Ball Reptiles and Jeremy Sloan with Herping Exotics, not name dropping any names, but if it wasn't for people like them, we would not be having this discussion right now. At least not with me. I'd be dealing with only 5 people instead of 6.
I'm going to throw the question now to Phillip because, Shane, Zach, and Marshall, you guys have been on here before and told your kind of origin stories a bit. So, Phillip, what got you into breeding reptiles?
So, the lizard.
The lizard that you wanted.
The lizard I wanted. So I ended up getting a Savannah monitor while I was doing a bunch of research on it and came across Kevin McCurley. And then there went the rabbit hole. Then I found everyone on YouTube, started binge watching everybody. I've talked to and met Hector with Honey Reptiles. He's an awesome dude. Robert with Morph Seekers. I actually won one of his snakes as well. It's just gone everywhere. So, I've just met so many amazing people that why not? But yeah, no, it originally started with Kevin, just finding him.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So we are at 2 hours and 24 minutes, guys. I can't believe Shane sat down for over an hour.
I had an hour live before this, man. I'm like, I'm dying to get up right now. I'm bound.
He's got a treadmill
We have to
below
unleash
there.
the Shane. So I'm
You
gonna
guys
think,
can't see it, but he's chained to his chair over there.
Yeah, I flew to California beforehand and I chained him down.
Yeah.
I paid Kelly some money to chain him.
There you go.
That's how it worked. We're buds now. I want to thank everybody for popping in, Moose. Thanks for coming in. I mean, if you're going to talk smack in the chat, you may as well talk smack on the screen.
Might as well. Might as well. I'll do it anytime. Anytime.
We love you. Phillip, was that scary, your first episode?
No, it wasn't bad. It was not bad.
No, I told you it wouldn't be bad. So you going to do more lives over on your channel? Instagram?
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see.
We're all going to force you. If not, I talked to your wife. We'll force you.
Yep.
If you guys aren't following all these guys, you guys are insane. All their links are in the description below. I'll even be nice and throw Moose's stuff up there too after.
I'm at 295 subscribers on YouTube. Give me 5 more. Just need 5 more.
Poop,
Hit
dude.
300. Come on.
I
know,
just
right?
want
It just happened
1,000
today.
people to follow me on Instagram. That's all I really care about.
Right?
I'm at I was at 766 last night, and today I'm at 769, but literally 10 people followed me today, so I don't know what's going. People just don't like me today, I guess.
Yeah, I got like
yesterday
11 followers on Instagram today.
Yesterday I hit 680, and then I went down to 675.
So maybe there's something going wrong on the IG.
Maybe they've,
I don't know,
yeah,
but
it's
I'm back
possible
up
they've
to
changed something with
680
the
again.
algorithm.
I gained some more followers.
Yeah, because
Alright.
I'm gaining followers, but my number's not showing it.
I know I saw a thing. There was a glitch they were having where stuff was not updating in real time on there.
Okay,
See,
I know I've been
actually-
getting a lot of those chain letters too. Please, you'll
Yeah, me
get
too.
208. I'm like, guys, if anybody's in the reptile community, please don't fall for those. No, you're not going to gain 280 followers in 3 days, and nobody wants to do them.
Especially not quality followers.
Yeah.
I
But,
tried doing it having a Shane video, but it didn't work.
Oh, Richie's here. If we can all tell him to go EAD,
EAD.
go EAD, Chad, or in my case, EAV.
Eat it. Gobble it like Kobayashi. Just gobble it.
I don't even have enough wine for this. Anyways, you guys aren't following them. Zach needs 5 more followers. He also does Connected by Creatures with Bradley from Raptor and Reptiles. I need to throw that link down in the below too.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll do that. I'll add Moose's stuff. But bye guys. See you guys on the next one. I think the next episode is going to be Wednesday night. And anybody want a sneak peek of who it is?
Yes.
Hey,
Adam from Wicked Reptiles.
Nice.
nice.
Tell him to bring his jar.
Nice, very nice.
He texted me the next day and said he was buying a jar just for his
One
lives
thing
now,
I do
thanks to
want to
custom.
shout out for next Saturday. So, Antoine, you know how you said you wanted to donate money but you couldn't? So next Saturday, I have a lovely lady named Shanti Creans coming on. She runs Creature Teachers in Oregon. She is literally the female Steve Irwin.
She's awesome.
She
She's a beast.
runs it. She runs an education and conservation center. And unfortunately, due to COVID, they haven't been able to do their education shows, which is what they use to raise money to take care of the animals. So we are going to do an education show here on the channel next Saturday. Drop her PayPal down in for the business, and we're going to raise her some money to take care of those reptiles, guys,
Love it.
and learn about some new stuff. So nobody book any lives on Saturday because we want it to be all about Shanti and those animals.
Awesome. Get the stuff posted to all the socials, and we'll put it on blast throughout the week.
Yeah, because I mean, what she's doing, and anybody who's here, most of you guys have met her by now. Shane's like, who?
I remember. I'm
Yeah.
just
Yeah. No, Shane's head's just about to explode from still sitting down. That's
Yeah,
all.
I just wanted
Yeah.
to throw that out and give everybody week notice. Anyways, that's
And I
the
just wanted to
episode.
throw out, I'm about to blow up your Discord there, Kathleen.
My Discord, you mean Will?
Will Morose.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah,
Thank you to everybody
I'm
that hung out.
destroying
Seriously, I
it.
think we still have like 25 people in here. This has been freaking a blast. Couldn't have asked for
Yes.
a better group of people to spend a couple hours with. Kathleen, thank you for hosting us all and putting this all together. Phillip,
Yeah.
thank you for asking for a few of us to actually be here with you. I love you, man. Love all you guys.
Yes,
Everybody have a
and
great
you
night.
guys aren't allowed on for a few months.
Yes. No, we're going to do that. Just to upset people. That's it.
We don't want to upset any more people.
All right. Later, everybody.
All right, love you guys. Bye.